back to another day, another episode of the Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30 Instead Gaming, or 30 NSG, or Mike, whatever you want to call me. And on today's show, we're going to cover a lot of YouTube reactions. We're going to be watching Kingard's video. It's been out for 10 days. It's called Big Streamers Just Don't Get Battlefield. So we're going to watch that. We're also going to watch Path of Exile 2's top 10 major changes you need to know from Darth Microtransaction. We've been marching Darth Microtransaction for since back about 4 or 5 years ago when he was doing Marvel Future Revolution. Okay, so we watched him. So we're gonna watch that because he's been playing. He plays all these ARPGs and stuff like that. So he's the best person, I think, to know what's going on in a short burst without watching an hour and a half video. So he's got 10 major changes in a 7-minute video, and then we're gonna watch Bueller News or Bellular. I don't know why I call it Bueller. Bueller. No, it's Bellular. Bellular News talking about gamers are dying out, and he says yes, really. So we'll watch that video as well. If you guys like what we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, you can become a member as little as $5. I want to let you guys know on Thursday night we did a what's his name? Pete Parson farewell video or song, I should say. So I want to let you guys know that if you go to Spotify or any other place where you can listen to songs, we have the Golden Parachute up on Spotify right now. Golden Parachute Pete. So you too can now stream and download, because I said if you got 50 likes on that video, I would put it up there for you guys to stream and listen to it. So there you go. You got Golden Parachute Pete's song. There's the nice little there's the album cover. You got cars. You got his golden parachute. Right? So there it is. So go listen to that. Go stream it. Go share it. Go make fun of it. Whatever you want to do with it, it's there for you. Do what you may will. You had 50 likes. So congratulations for hitting that. So Golden Parachute Pete's song is up on Spotify. So share it with your friends. Make fun of it and have fun. What's going on, chat? What's going on, Roic? What's going on, Sarge? Eclipse, All Turn, Water Bear, Wonder Rose, good morning. Kylo, good morning. Dolphin, what's going on? Water Bear says, 30, you know what's cool? GGG put him in the game as one of the creatures or pets you can get. Oh, really? That's cool. I like when they do stuff like that. I like when developers kind of, tip a hat to some of the creators out there and stuff like that. You know, it's a nice little, kind of respect or homage to them. That's cool. That's very nice. All right. Those of you that are watching this now, obviously you're here. You're the diehards. You're here every single morning. Those of you that watch this after the fact, we do this live show Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. We just cover news stories, watch videos, have conversations, get you through a couple of hours of your day. We also, to help out the channel, if you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, you become a member as little as $5. You can also, the music that's ahead of the show is written by me, created by AI using Sonos, and we have an album up. If you want to stream it, if you want to download it, if you want to purchase it, you can do all of these things, all depending on what platform you want to listen to it. If it's on Spotify, if it's on Apple Music, it all helps us out here. We are working on getting those shirts and stuff designed for you guys, because I know you guys were asking you would get a shirt. So I am working on a design. I don't want to just throw something out there and be like, hey, here you go. I want to do something that I like. It looks cool, and then we'll put it up on the store over there. Okay. So appreciate it very much. I'll turn with the 20. How come it's not coming up? Nope, that's not it. There it is. 22 months, so close to 2 years. I appreciate that for 22 months support. Thank you very much. So let's get to the first video, which is Kingard. Kingard, we met Kingard. We watched one of his videos. I forget what the very first video was, which was about a year and a half. Was it 20? Was it the end of 23? Beginning of 24? Yeah, it was, right? Yeah. So we've been watching his stuff for about a year and a half to 2 years now. Okay. He's been on the show multiple times. We've interviewed him multiple times. So he had a video come out. Big streamers just don't get Battlefield, right? I made a video of Tim the Tatman before this video came out, I think 3 or 4 days before this video came out, and just talking to Tim's video live on the stream, breaking it down and saying that Tim doesn't understand and how he wants to get battle royales inside of Battlefield. And then a couple days later, Kinger came out with this video, and I was like, oh, this is good, right? He's talking about other content creators, other big streamers that just don't get, right? And obviously, it makes sense because it's their business, right? It's their business to do what they're doing, and they want games so they can play the game, so they can make money, and so on and so forth. But this video crossed 1 million views. It went past the point where now other people are reacting and making it where their videos, okay, their breakout videos and stuff like that, are also making tens of thousands of views and hundreds of thousands of views off of Kingard's video. And that's not why we're watching it. We watch his videos all the time anyway. And I'm not making this a breakout video. This is just for the live show. So check it out. Make sure you check out his channel, thekingard.com. Or I'm sorry, youtube.com/thekingard. All right, so here we go. Let's watch this. Make sure it's loud enough for you guys.
Today represents a dark day in our history. With this monstrous, unprovoked attack, no country is safe from their reach.
So how are you going to look at me and tell me, oh, Battle Royale?
This is why I like Kingard's videos from the very start. I love his editing. I love his editing. I love how he does his editing. Just going back and watching this.
Reach.
So how are you?
It would have been great. It would have been great if he put the Kool-Aid man, oh yeah, and bopping through the wall. That would have been fantastic. It's still good.
You're going to look at me and tell me, oh, Battle Royales are overdone. That comment pisses me off. It really does, man. When people are like, we don't need Battle Royale.
But I don't think that that's the sauce of this game. Battle Royale for this would be fire. I know you don't, we are not game.
It needs a good progression, reasons.
If you guys can't tell, it's the blimp. It's the Zeppelin that comes over in Battlefield 1.
To log in daily. It needs battle pass shit for sure and rank game modes.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Several of the world's top streamers have voiced their criticisms of the Battlefield 6 beta, and I feel like I've stepped into a time machine with how outdated some of these takes are.
So what do you mean the newer game mode that has come into gaming?
Yeah, we commented, right, and in my video that we did about Tim, this video that he's showing right now of Tim, right, he says, this game, it's been out for 12 years, right? These are all battle royales, DayZ, which is Arma mod, Z1, Battle Royale, Battlegrounds, Fortnite.
Battle Royale is overdone. How is that possible? Wow.
If you guys missed it at the very end, there, it
overdone.
says. Hold on, let me go. Right, it says.
How is
and
that
many more,
possible?
Right, and there's so many more he couldn't fit on the screen.
Wow, primitive.
I'm talking about the ones that seem to have, we'll just say, a favorite type of game. Rest assured, while we are about to tear into some dog water takes, that doesn't mean that I don't respect any of these streamers for the.
Yeah, I watched it. I watch this stuff right when it comes out now, but I don't talk about it on stream until a couple days later.
Channels they've built, or that I hate them all, or whatever. I know these people love gaming, but the role gaming plays in their professional lives seems to have completely skewed the way they view video games.
And it's true. It's true. And you have to think about this, right? When I watch movies, right, because I worked in the movie industry, it has skewed me on how I watch movies. I notice things that movies do now that other people wouldn't notice, right? It bugs me, it irritates me, and I have a higher standard for certain things, or I want a movie, right? But in a content creation world, it's much different than if you worked in the food industry or whatnot. If you work in YouTube, okay, and you're a content creator and you're also a gamer, okay, you want the games that you like, and you want to talk about those games, and you want those things to do well and whatnot, so you start shilling for those games. You start changing the game for what you want as a content creator because you want to make money off of that stuff, right? And that's exactly what they're doing.
And if EA and Battlefield Studios bow the knee to these kinds of streamer demands, I think Battlefield 6 as we know it will be doomed to join the ranks of other corpses paraded around like puppets pretending to be series we used to love. As I'm about to show you, these guys just don't get Battlefield. And speaking of spending a long time using the same product, remember that Flexi Spot desk sponsorship I did over a year
I don't have a flexi desk, but I do love my standing desks.
ago? If you can believe it, that standing desk they sent me was so good I still use it to this day, every day. So when they reached out about sponsoring this video,
Can we?
it was so good.
Kingard. I'm gonna go full screen with this. Can we clean up some of the cable management behind your desk? What are we doing? What is that? What is that spaghetti?
I
What is that
still
spaghetti going on back there? Come on, bud. Come on, get some cable wrangling going on there.
use it to this day,
I'm fucking with you.
every day. So when they reached out about sponsoring this video with one of their newer desks, it was a no-brainer. I'm a grown man, so I need a desk that says, use me for gaming, but you can tell the company that comes over it's just a work desk. And Flexi
See that right there? See, now obviously the setup here is unrealistic because there's no cables whatsoever. But
says, use me
this
for
part right
gaming,
here,
but you can
I
tell the
actually
company
tried
that
to
comes
get-
over it's just a work.
I try to get this thing right here. You see this right here? This part right here, I was actually trying to get. I have a piece that connects to the bottom of the desk, but the problem with the desk that I have is where the gears on your standing desk are, you can't really connect it, right? You can't really connect it to that section of the thing, but that's what I wanted to try to do. So when my desk goes up and down, so instead I had to get a longer cables. So when I go up and down, that my cables don't rip out of my out of my computer.
Work desks. And Flexi Spot standing desks like their E7 Pro do exactly that. Oh, honey bear. Let's go help the baby boy. Don't want to sit so much between working and gaming that you evolve into some monstrous human chair hybrid? Well, they raise up, so get on your feet before your roots start
Standing
showing.
desk, I love
Who
it. I've been
cares
doing
how
it for 2
tall you
years now.
are, what height
Love
your
it.
chair is? This desk will adjust to whatever your comfortable height is. Or just raise
Not sponsored by the desk company he is. I just a person that uses a standing desk, and I absolutely love it. I think you guys have noticed in the 2 years that I've been doing this that my energy level is much higher when I'm standing than when I'm sitting. Much better. I feel much better. My back doesn't hurt anymore. So
it high enough so Kylo can walk underneath it. It's practical for a lot of things. Are you ready for the hyper-detailed stats I need to share, followed by my own monkey brain take? Here goes. For static capacity stability, it'll support up to 440 pounds, and the dual motor's 3-stage semi-C leg structure provides smooth transitions when adjusting. Now for monkey brain. I've had no problems getting it to hold everything I reasonably need it to without
he's doing a treadmill.
wobbling, and the adjustment feature is so
I ain't doing that.
simple and buttery smooth, even my wife regularly adjusts it without asking big, strong, intelligent me to come help. Now that's a simple product. Even though I have direct experience with Flexi Spot, I'm still not some professional desk reviewer, so go check out what other people have to say about their products first. And if you like what you see, go to their website in the link in the description, check out the sales events page. They've even got a sale going now for up to 65% off of a bunch of stuff and a chance to get a 100% free order. And if you put in this discount code at checkout, you'll get $50 off your own E7 Pro standing desk. So thanks Flexi Spot for working with me again and sponsoring this video. It's always nice to promote stuff that I actually use every day. Maybe
it's
High
nice.
Hairline Digest will reach out next.
Oh, look at that. Look at that younger Kingard. Oh my goodness.
So, back to it.
So what are these big streamers saying that tells me they just don't get Battlefield? Let's get into it. You show me a COD streamer finally trying a different game, and I'll show you someone who spouts Battle Royale like it's a nervous tick.
You like
That's true.
it? I do. I think the VR is going to be like if I come back to play it,
Was that Kingard before the gaming stress, Water?
I think I'm going to play that a lot more than I play this.
Overall thoughts on the game? I'm having a blast. And I think ultimately, too, it's getting us excited for what potentially Battle Royale could be for this.
What is it? What is it with the Battle Royale? Right? They're so excited to play Battle Royale, but they're not playing the other Battle Royales. I want to go play a Battle Royale. Great. Go play a Battle Royale. Go play any of the other 15 Battle Royales out right now. But they don't want to. They don't want to. They want the next, latest, greatest Battle Royale that they can destroy another game with.
Battle Royale, Battle Royale, Battle Royales.
Battle Royale or BR? BR?
BR. Battle Royale, Battle Royale.
I'm excited for the Battle Royale.
Hey guys, can you just picture this? Let me pick up the phone real fast. Hey, yeah, this is EA. We want you guys to be sponsored by us for the new Battlefield 6. Can you make sure you really hit the point of you like Battlefield, but can you start talking about the Battle Royale, the Battle Royale? Make sure you say the Battle Royale just a couple of times, okay?
I think I'm going to play that a lot more than I play this.
Overall thoughts on the game? I'm having a blast. And I think ultimately, too, it's getting us excited for what potentially Battle Royale could be for this game.
Battle Royale, Battle Royale, Battle Royales.
Battle Royale or BR?
BR. Battle Royale, Battle Royale.
I'm excited for the Battle Royale.
His eyes look dead when he says that. Look at
Battle Royale.
Look at Nick when he says it.
Battle Royales.
Battle Royale
He doesn't believe this.
or BR?
Battle Royale, Battle Royale.
I'm excited for the Battle Royale.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
I mean,
The game itself, not the BR. I think I'm into a little bit of it, like the TDM.
I'm not into Battlefield. Like he just said it. I'm not into the battle. Yeah, I'm into it a little bit, but yeah, I'm really into the Battle Royale.
Maybe we can play it for a couple days.
I'm going to be honest, I almost checked out when he said he wants to play Team Deathmatch in a Battlefield game.
Exactly, Kingard. Exactly. I'm really excited to play the non-Battlefield game in the Battlefield game.
But let's hear some more.
I like TDM and the domination thing. It's a little bit more intimate. So if you're a Call of Duty guy, you're definitely going to like the fact that like you're all really tight in a little map and you're bobbing and weaving.
This irks me so bad. This irks me so bad.
Translation, I really liked the moments this Battlefield game didn't feel like a Battlefield.
Exactly. I really love this Battlefield game. It doesn't feel like a Battlefield game. I really want this Battlefield game to feel more like this Call of Duty game, or this Fortnite game, or the PUBG game, or the Tarkov game.
I know you don't Don't play it then. I'll play the BR.
Sure.
I love when they go back to that. Well, you don't like it then, just don't fucking play it then. Imagine if a game didn't have BR in it, and then you wouldn't fucking play it then. Right? You wouldn't fucking play it then. Because it doesn't have a BR, you wouldn't play it.
Don't play it then. I'll play the BR.
Sure, Nick. A BR as one of many modes would be fine, but we all know that's not how this works.
We, Kingard, know that's how it works. That's not how it works, right? They don't know that's how it works, right? They don't think at all. They think that EA is going to support the Battlefield 6 and also the Battlefield Battle Royale.
And he should know, he regularly
What's going on, Ford? What's going on, World?
plays one of gaming's best examples of a battle royale sucking up development resources and alienating the fan base of one of the most popular series in the world. New COD games serve as little more than invitations to come play Warzone these days. Titanfall 3 was canceled to focus on Apex, and
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, right? Save the World for Fortnite was canceled or not supported because of Battle Royale Fortnite. Okay? Titanfall didn't survive because Apex Legends lives. Okay? Call of Duty right now is turning into a slopfest cosmetic adult Fortnite because of Warzone, because of the Battle Royale. Everything, all hands on deck for the Warzone. Look at the new game that's coming out. Look at the new Call of Duty game coming out. It's like, ring, ring, call an audible. Yeah, let's just put out the bare minimum of stuff going on here because we're still supporting the Battle Royale. Throw in that Beavis and Butthead skin.
Splitgate 2 could have had far more going for it if it didn't put all of its eggs into the basket of a...
Another great example, Kingard. Splitgate 2, okay? If it just focused on Splitgate and not Splitgate Battle Royale, they wouldn't be in the mess they're in right now.
Subpar BR reveal. A BR that's just passable doesn't fly in today's market, and I think Battlefield Studios knows.
Jason says Titanfall 2 came out right between Battlefield and COD release, if I recall. Absolutely. They sandwiched it there, Jason, because they're both owned by EA. And the reason they did that, their logic was, if we get Battlefield and Titanfall out before COD, we can steal sales from COD, right? That was that logic. But instead, what it did was it was a unproven franchise, because people played Titanfall 1, but they didn't all get into Titanfall 1. It became great after the fact. So when Titanfall 2 came out, it was sandwiched. They're like, well, I only have enough money for 1 or 2 games, not 3 games. So guess which one failed? Titanfall 2.
This. That would be why they're using different studios to tag team different sides of Battlefield 6, including the not technically...
Technically, you're right now, Worlds, they stopped supporting it completely. Then they went back and supported it because their business plan was, well, what about if we get people in with Fortnite Battle Royale and then get them in to buy the Save the World? But they stopped supporting it and bring new stuff in. Not until years later did they start bringing the stuff that was in the Battle Royale and started putting it into the actual Save the World. Point still stands that they didn't support the game that they actually made, which was Save the World.
Announced, but obviously still incoming Battle Royale mode. But even then, do we really think EA will actually allow equal funding to updating Rush as they...
No, they will not. Because when Battle Royale, if it's very successful, if it comes out and people like it, then it will take 100% all resources towards Battle Royale.
Will their Battle Royale post-launch? The modern gaming evidence says no. If they do, great, but I doubt it. Which a BR focus might not be the end of the world if it stayed true to Battlefield's core.
But it can't. It can't stay. Did you guys hear about the new game mode that's in there? You're going to have like these mission-based things, which Sarge has talked about in games before, okay, where you have missions to do with inside the game. But he wanted that inside of the actual Battlefront battlefield, but they're doing that inside of the Battle Royale. It's called the Gauntlet mode or something like that.
Fairy tale land, but I don't see how it'd be possible to mix Battlefield's identity of a large-scale, casual, rock-paper-scissors, class-based combat with a hyper-competitive, limited-life mode like a Battle Royale and still be able...
Yeah, I have a Founders Pack, Worlds. They actually, you could still get certain things, but they completely just destroyed what Save the World was supposed to be. And that's why I bought Fortnite in the beginning, because I was interested in what that was.
To please everyone. So we need traditional modes to stay prioritized to retain what Battlefield is.
I see people talking about, like,
Battlefield doesn't need to be all right.
Can you guys just let us have one?
I love this. I mean, I already commented on this, right, in my own video. Can we let you have a BR? Like Kinger even showed it in the very beginning. How many games have a BR in it on top of the game mode? Like the game itself.
When they're like BRs. Like, I mean, dude.
Can we let you have one?
Yeah, exactly, Kingard.
Can we let you have one?
Don't you turn against me.
I don't know you anymore.
Hey, Call of Duty lets you have one. They literally put Call of Duty in it, and guess what? You're not playing.
You guys already got one series to bend the knee. It's movement, it's sweat, it's tailor-made for you and your audience now. Instead of demanding Battlefield be more like COD, just go play COD. Battlefield's gonna get another Battle Royale, but as far as games that don't feel like they have to focus on one, could you just let us have one?
Yeah, I just want a Battlefield game. Can I just have a Battlefield game? Just a Battlefield game. I don't want a MOBA game. I just want Battlefield. Can I have Battlefield? Oh, I'm the one that's gatekeeping. I'm the one that's I'm the bad guy here. Not the people that are coming in saying, hey, it's like someone coming in your house. Hey, I would like to change this. Can I just have one, please? I would just like to change this room that you're in. I would like to paint the walls. Like, get the fuck out of here.
But why this obsession with Battle Royales from streamers? Why do they insist on new FPS titles always having one? Well, the answer is less about you and more about them.
100% about them. It's 100% about them.
How about we let Tim explain?
Streamers in sweats ruin video games.
I said this. I said, I don't know if streamers in sweats, I don't know if that's fair to say that they ruin video games, because there's a lot that goes on there. I said that in my video, but let's see what King has to say.
Like, we tanked everything?
Yes.
I love the editing. I love the editing.
There is some sort of, is there a word for like being an elitist?
Yeah, it's a word, but I think purist is
Yes, purist.
more so what you're about to go for here.
There are people in gaming that play a game like Battlefield. Or
Yep, like Battlefield. Okay, you're saying it to me. He's talking to me. There's people that like playing games like Battlefield.
or let's throw Halo in this bundle here.
Let's not, because I know where you're going with this, because we already talked about this.
That only want the game they love to.
Yep. Watch what you're saying here. The game that they love, that they only love, which for you, Tim, is Battle Royales, and for me, it's Battlefield. So who would be right in this scenario? The person that loves Battlefield or the person that loves Battle Royale to come to Battlefield?
To make the one thing that they love.
Which is what you're asking for. There's people out there, he just said, that like Battlefield that only want them to make the thing that they love. Yet, he's here saying, can't we just have a Battle Royale in your Battlefield? The fuck?
Are you guys following what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I'm following, Tim.
Yeah, I follow. You're saying a Battlefield fan wants more of what made them a Battlefield fan.
Yeah, Battlefield. It's crazy.
No shit.
Halo.
Yeah.
Saying a Battlefield fan wants more of what made them a Battlefield fan.
No shit.
Halo doesn't
It's a great movie, by the way.
need the Battle Royale because I love playing the multiplayer. Correct! Battlefield doesn't need the Battle Royale because I love playing the multiplayer.
He doesn't know what he's saying. I'm making a point because I don't believe anything I'm saying. I'm just saying it so they can clip it.
Oh, now I get it. He's reducing the Battlefield formula developed over 20 years and 13 plus.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't give two shits about Battlefield. Doesn't give two shits. Even though he said, I played Bad Company back in the day in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, he was 12. He was 12 when he played those things. Okay? He doesn't care. He doesn't care about this franchise or what the game is.
Games down to just the selfish preferences of some guy he's arguing with in his chat, because arguing with one hypothetical person's preferences is way easier than telling an entire fan base to step aside and let the COD streamer tell us what Battlefield really needs. Why does Battlefield need another BR, Tim? Let's
You know what the problem is? I don't want Call of Duty to be Battlefield. I don't. When they put the little battles in there, whatever the war zones or whatever the hell the fucking thing is called, not war zone, battlegrounds or whatever the hell it's called, okay, inside of Call of Duty, when I played it, I went, I don't like this. I don't like it. I'll just go play Battlefield. I don't want Battlefield to be in COD. I don't want COD to be in Battlefield. I want a brunette and a blonde. I don't want them both to be the same. I don't want the blonde to dye her hair to be brunette, and I don't want the brunette to dye her hair to be blonde. I just want a blonde and a brunette. I want two separate girls. I want two separate games. I want Warzone and Call of Duty to be their thing, and I want Battlefield to be their thing. Why is that so hard to understand? Why does everything have to be a mismatch, Mod Podge of everything is the exact same?
Let's hear it.
For someone like me, I love playing Battle Royales.
No, you like playing Battle Royales because you make a shit ton of money streaming Battle Royales.
Because you love playing them. Now, why should Tim's preference for a BR have any more merit than the rest of us? He's either ironically being the elitist he's attempting to speak.
Like, if you like Battle Royales, go play Battle Royales. If I like rogues, I go play a rogue. I don't ask my strategy game to become a rogue.
Against, or he's saying that his preference should be held to equal value as the Battlefield purists. Doesn't really matter because
Tim's opinion is better than Battlefield fans, equal to Battlefield fans, and then so you must accept Battle Royales.
both of those would be wrong. I love horror games, Tim. Doesn't mean other people are elitist if they tell me no to GTA 6 having a horror game mode. Come on, Tim, there's more to this. Tell us why you really want a battle royale that's not Warzone to play.
And on top of that, it's how I make a lot of my content.
Well, at least you're aware of that.
The truth shall set you free!
This is the big disconnect with predominantly BR streamers. Games don't need battle royales to stay relevant with the...
No. The streamers need a battle royale so they can stay relevant.
Their audience, the streamers need battle royales to stay relevant.
I swear to God, if they put Tim the Tap Man, and I like watching Tim. I like watching Tim, okay? He's entertaining, and that's why I watch him. He's entertaining, okay? But if they put Tim the Tap Man as a skin or any other streamer, as we were just talking about, Water said they threw dark microtransaction inside of that. Okay, that's different as a tip to the hat compared to this egregious deal, okay, where they have their characters in the game. If they put Tim or Nick Merce or any of those guys into Battlefield, fucking done. I'm done.
Relevant with their audience.
Damn!
Or at least they think they do. Most of them are entertaining enough and good at video games. I bet if they branched out more often, they'd be surprised at the results. You see, in the streaming bubble, it can be easy to start conflating viewer numbers with player numbers. Obviously, stream views help games get exposure, I'm not arguing that, but stream views is not always an accurate metric.
No, there's a difference between that. That's what I'm saying, Eclipse. There's a difference between what Darth is doing and what Tim and Nick Merce did, where they got paid, and they get paid based on the skins and stuff that they sell. There's a complete difference.
For figuring out just how many people are actually playing a game. Look no further than Mario Kart World. It sold over 5 million units.
Dolphin says, if your wife's not home, even if she was home, Dolphin, I would say the exact same thing. It's an analogy. It wouldn't be, she wouldn't take it as serious like, all right? Plus, my wife is a brunette. I prefer brunettes.
In its first month, and reports show 94% of Switch 2 buyers.
I can't be a blonde guy dating a blonde girl and then having a kid. You gotta level up. You can't make them have be completely idiotic.
Got a copy of it. It was, by all available metrics, a console selling success. And how is Mario Kart World doing on Twitch? Oh. Battle Royales work really well for streaming. Every new match is like an episode of a TV show. There's a whole saga from dropping in, finding loot, close calls, and the final circle. If you pair that with an entertaining streamer, then you've got yourself a good live show for people to watch and engage with. These guys worked hard to create their brands, and a big part of that is...
Yeah, no one's taking anything away from them for building their brands. We're just saying, hey man, keep playing the game that you're playing. But they can't, because if Battlefield 6 is the next big thing, and it doesn't have a Battle Royale, they have to walk away from a Battle Royale where they make a lot of their money to go play a game that doesn't have a Battle Royale, right? So this is why, which I talked about way before we even knew Battlefield was coming out, and I said, I hope the people that they're getting to talk about Battlefield and ask for their opinions are not people that are playing Battle Royales to make Battle Royale inside the game. Because, of course, they're going to be like, yeah, you know what you guys should do? You guys should put a Battle Royale inside the game. They're not talking about it because they think that Battlefield should have a Battle Royale because, honestly, it needs a Battle Royale. They're like, man, this game's great. But you know what would make this great? If you put a Battle Royale in it. If you put a Battle Royale in it, and they're thinking in the back of their mind, if this Battle Royale kicks off, man, I am set for the next 3 years.
Managing audience expectations, so I'm not going to knock them for wanting to maintain their numbers. If they can accept that Battlefield's identity is different from Call of Duty's, and they just want to come enjoy it, then by all means, come on in, the water's fine. No gatekeeping here.
That's right.
But if streamers expect the same kind of authority they have over COD's continued development over here at Battlefield, to that I say, you want a game crafted for a younger live stream audience, eh?
I think you guys want that hospital.
Exactly. Do we not see this happening? Are we this delusional to think that Battlefield's not going to turn into COD at this point? Because there's going to be a point where Battlefield hits and Battle Royale is going to be exciting, but then people are going to stop playing the Battle Royale. Why? Well, because the skins aren't as cool, or it's just not as fun. Call of Duty's better, right? And they're going to be like, It's Toy Story, where Andy is like, oh, I don't want to play with him anymore. He's broke. That right there is why they need to keep it going and going and going and going, and they'll chase the trends.
General. The thing I would say to everyone that's saying, oh, Battlefield doesn't need a BR. We don't need a BR. There's another game that said the same thing.
I thought he was talking about Call of Duty. right? But he was talking about Halo, which I'm just mind blown by, because we said this in our video. He's talking about Halo, and I'm like, Halo didn't fail because it didn't have a BR. It failed because of 1,000 other things.
And that game isn't doing that hot. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
The willful ignorance one must exhibit to imply Halo Infinite failed to keep its launch audience because it didn't have a battle royale is staggering. Are we talking about the same Halo Infinite? The one with so little content it didn't even...
We are, Kingard. Yep, talk about the exact same one that Tim wouldn't know because, you know, he's only breaking it down to battle royale.
Even have a Slayer playlist at launch? The one that backslid in both content and features from the games before it?
Just look at that.
The
real
one
fast.
that backslid in both
Look, not present, right? All this stuff that was in games beforehand was not in Halo Infinite at launch when it came out. All these years later. Just remember that, right? But in Tim's eyes, Halo failed because it didn't have a BR.
Content and features from the games before it, the game that was competing with MCC, the game which had 0 microtransactions and 6 Halo games worth of content that could all be bought for cheaper than one Halo Infinite skin bundle, the game that took like 3 years of live service CPR to become a still over monetized but decent Halo game, that Halo Infinite?
One and the same. One and the same, Kinger. Yep, Tim is talking about the one and the same. All of those things that you just said are out the door. It's because it doesn't have a battle royale. That's what he's saying.
I guess playing Warzone for so long really has given him tunnel vision if his only metric for good game versus bad game...
Does it have battle royale? Yes. Good. Does it have battle royale? No. Bad. Insert the meme of... Right? Insert that.
Is whether or not it has a battle royale. If we're gonna ignore the quality of a game's launch with Tim's logic here, technically Halo Infinite had 2 main battle royales, one official and one made by the Forge Falcons. Why didn't you play it on stream more than like once, Tim?
Let's go! This is actually fire.
Perfect example. He had battle royale, but the viewers didn't give a shit about it. So obviously, I don't want to play the battle royale because, oh, he's broke. I don't want to play with it anymore.
Where were you and where were the swarms of battle royale fans ready to make this game successful? Better yet, why isn't Battlefield 5's Firestorm in its
why isn't everyone just going around playing Firestorm?
7th year of prosperous live service? Could it be because
Splitgate 2 will go back to beta to undergo a massive rework amidst more layoffs and Splitgate 1 shutdown. That's because they have a battle royale. Battle royale save games.
battle royales are not a guaranteed lifeline regardless of a game's quality?
Keep these Call of Duty guys off this. We don't need a battle royale. We don't need it. I got news for y'all, man.
Here's the thing. Listen to what he just said there, right? Listen to what Tim says right here.
These Call of Duty guys off this. We don't need a battle royale. We don't need it. I got news.
We don't care about Call of Duty guys coming over to Battlefield. Gamers be gamers, man. You want to play a game? Cool, come on over. What we have a problem with is the BR coming into the game that we don't want in the game. We don't care, right? And I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm saying in general, we don't care that other gamers want to come over and play a different game. We don't want them to come over to change the game into that game that they're leaving. That understandable? I think we're on the same page there, right? Right? We're okay that Call of Duty players come over. We're just not okay with those typical Call of Duty players that come over because they're just playing Battle Royale and they want to play Battle Royale over here now instead of over there.
News for y'all, man. I'm going to tell you something. This is kind of hot. If this game BF6 flops, that may be it for Battlefield.
And what he's actually saying there is if Battlefield 6 flops for BR, he's going back to Call of Duty because that's where his allegiance is.
Can we have an honest conversation here?
I want to have an honest conversation. Just say that out loud. Just say that with me, Tim. If Battlefield 6 BR flops, you would just go back to Call of Duty. Just say it.
Yeah, we can have one. You're conflating what you think a game needs to be successful with what you think your channel needs to be.
Exactly, Kingard. Exactly.
be successful.
We don't need a BR. Battlefield doesn't need a BR. In my opinion, this may be a hot take. You can hate me or not.
I don't hate you. It's just a disagreement over
Same.
gaming. If anybody actually hates you over this, they're either too young or too mentally unstable to be on the internet anyway, so don't worry about them.
You're kind of gatekeeping the whole game from people that love Battle Royale.
No, we're not gatekeeping the game from you. We're not gatekeeping you. We're gatekeeping Battle Royale. There's a difference. We don't want Battle Royale in a non-Battle Royale game. Right? We're gatekeeping Battle Royales, not the players.
Else.
Wait, what happened?
They're too mentally unstable to be on the internet anyway, so don't worry about them.
You're kind of gatekeeping the whole game from people that love Battle Royales.
Tim, have you ever seen Arrowhead's website? I doubt it, since
A game for everyone is a game for no one.
Helldivers 2 isn't a battle royale, and let's not forget how that one went.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about it. Looking at it, if it's a game I would like playing or making content with, comment down below and leave a like on this if you want to see it. I'll consider it.
I'm not playing the game.
The amount of people telling me to play, I swear to God, they're paying people to come into chat.
I go to someone's stream. I had to leave after 2 minutes. I can't, you're shooting aliens, man.
I reacted to.
They don't like fun. They don't like fun. They only like fun when money is involved. Do you see the difference? And I'm not hating on Disrespect or Tim the Tatman. They are much richer, much more successful, and well-known people on the internet and in the gaming space, right? I'm a nobody compared to them, okay? But they don't like fun in games. They like fun with games when they make a shit ton of money.
Jeff playing it, and I was like, dude, I don't know if this is for me, but chat won't shut up about it. I don't know.
See, they don't like it because they're like, they like the game, but I don't like the game. I want to go back to BR because I can make a shit ton of money off of BR.
A few moments later.
The video popped off. It's my most viewed video in a month. Got the most likes. So yeah, we're playing Helldivers today.
That was
There you go.
Wasn't necessary. It was just a reminder that big streamers like this tend to rate games from the lens of what makes their content popular, not what makes a game popular. But anyway, the Arrowhead website says, a game for everyone is a game for no one.
You're kind of gatekeeping the whole game from people that love Battle Royale.
How dare Arrowhead gatekeep Helldivers from people that want BRs? Those bastards. Arrowhead, how dare you gatekeep Tim the Tatman from playing your game because you don't have a battle royale? You sons of bitches.
Else.
Who is Tim to demand an established series like Battlefield bring in something it's never needed before? What, is it Helldivers 2 all over again? Does he think that what Battlefield is on its own won't be enough to farm content from? Boy, COD licking your boots really did go to your head, didn't it? It's this kind of arrogance that puts people off and makes them paranoid that streamers are going to try to use their popularity and their platforms to change Battlefield from what its fans like about it, just like they did with Call of Duty. Higher skill gap, faster movement, constantly shifting metas, the stuff that makes for more entertaining content but drives away the casuals. Warzone was just a BR mode at one point in time too, and we haven't forgotten about that. I doubt people are gatekeeping you, Tim. I doubt they're saying, we don't even want you to come and play Battlefield. Instead, I bet what they're saying is, we don't want you to come and try.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly right, Kinger. It's that we don't want you not to play Battlefield. We don't want you to change Battlefield. That's it. And I know someone will come in and be like, well, they're not changing Battlefield 30. You can still play Rush Mode. You can still play these other game modes of Conquest and Breakthrough. But they fundamentally change them because they're trying to grab that other crowd. And because they're trying to grab that other crowd, they're changing what Battlefield is. Regardless of Battle Royale, they're changing Battlefield to make it more convenient for people that are playing COD so they can come over and still be like, oh, you know what? This is sort of like COD, right? And bring them over instead of keeping Battlefield what it was. Now, I get it from a business standpoint, right? You're like, well, we got to change something here because our business is not doing well. And they want to try to get rid of the clientele. I mean, let's ask Cracker Barrel how that's working out for them. Let's ask Bud Light how that's working for them, right? Where you're getting rid of the clientele that you already had because they weren't good enough for you, and now you're trying to go for a brand new audience. I'm sure it'll work out fine for all of these companies.
Try to change Battlefield with some of that same influence that helps change Call of Duty. It's not gatekeeping to say you're invited to the party, just don't break anything in the house. You know what? Forget GTA 6 having a horror game mode, Tim. I like point-and-click story games. And
point and click. Oh, that would be fantastic in Call of Duty, wouldn't it? A point and click Call of Duty game? That'd be amazing. Yeah, point and click GTA 6. Yeah, that'd be good.
If you don't want COD to put development money and resources towards a point-and-click story game mode, then you're selfish elitist.
Yeah, you're exactly.
And you're gatekeeping Call of Duty.
Everyone's talking about Firestorm. I did play Firestorm. In my opinion, didn't hit exactly like it could have been.
Okay, so now we are acknowledging that a game's quality can factor into a game's success when it.
Dolphin says, I'm confused about the Cracker Barrel situation. What are you confused about? They took Cracker Barrel for what it was. Like, have you ever been to a Cracker Barrel, Dolphin? You ever been to a Cracker Barrel? Okay. Close your eyes and describe to me what a Cracker Barrel looks like. What it makes you feel when you go to a Cracker Barrel. Right? It's not about the rocking chair and the pegboard where you're playing a video game, like not a board game. Okay? That's not what Cracker Barrel is. Cracker Barrel is... It's got the homey southern feel inside of it. Now it's a sterile hospital cafeteria when you go to these places, right? That's the thing that people are complaining about for Cracker Barrel. Minus the logo change where they got rid of the uncle on the page and the Cracker Barrel. See, people thought that the white dude is the cracker and the barrel is the barrel. But no, crackers used to be stored in a barrel, and the guy sitting in the rocking chair next to that barrel is where it all started. That's the problem.
Benefits your argument, I guess.
There were things about Firestorm that kind of irked me from a Battle Royale standpoint that I just didn't love.
Okay, I guess our new rule of thumb is if there's a BR, the game's allowed to be either good or bad, but if there is no BR at all, automatic bad. Battle Royale...
Wait. Let me rewind here.
Point that I just didn't love.
Okay, I guess...
Doesn't have to be a Battle Royale, so yes, good, no, bad.
Our new rule of thumb is if there's a BR, the game's allowed to be either good or bad.
Okay, so does it have a Battle Royale? Yes. Good. Yes. Bad. Okay.
But if there is no BR at all...
No BR, it's bad. But if it's has a Battle Royale, yes, it's good, and yes, it can be bad.
Automatic bad. Battle Royales are really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the clash between Battlefield...
That is the biggest thing right there. Fighting over identity. That's my biggest thing. Battlefield loses its identity if you put a BR in it. Battlefield loses its complete and utter identity if you put a Battle Royale in it. It's the opposite of what Battlefield is, what it stands for.
Battlefield's casual identity and the increasingly competitive, retention-based FPS space. Brace yourselves because you're about to see just how much modern gaming has rotted some people's perception of what a game needs to be good.
It needs a good progression, reasons to fucking log in daily. It needs
It doesn't need progression in everything. It doesn't need to log in daily. There's games out there that you don't need any of that stuff, and the game is good.
Pass for sure, and rank game modes.
Yes, the guy who's successfully monetized being chronically online is regurgitating corporate-approved drivel like a planted robot.
You must keep playing. You must buy battle pass. You must play skill-based, complete dailies. Log on, log on, log on, log on.
I'm EA, and I approve this message.
How far has gaming fallen?
That's good.
Fallen that this is something to actually want out of a new game?
I top frag the comeback game.
Now you have me thinking where the term cracker came from. Cracker came from cowboys, Dolphin. It came from the word of the people that used to corral cattle that had the whips, and then it would make that cracking sound. That is what they were called. They were called crackers. That's where it came from.
I don't even believe what he said. That was crazy.
I sat through enough of him refusing to revive teammates and solo rushing objectives to feel confident in saying the following. XQC is not interested in playing a Battlefield game for what Battlefield offers. He's an iPad kid that needs a dopamine hit every 5 seconds or else he'll switch to another app.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to do.
How much? I'm asking a question. I'm not making fun of him. How much medication is he on? He seems like he's up on something. I don't watch him. But it seems like he's probably on a couple of pills to calm him down.
I forgot that Battlefield is just like a corner camping, like prone game, like wait for the game to come to you type thing.
I have no doubt that Battlefield will have the usual retention gimmicks like battle passes and daily challenges, but to say a game has to have that and has to have ranked to keep people invested exposes one of the biggest problems in modern gaming right now. It all points to one thing, one leading factor that used to drive success in gaming. Might I remind you of an ancient, enlightening, once powerful but since forgotten word?
Strike us with the power of your voice.
That's a good edit. That's a good edit.
If somebody wants to make the case that player retention tricks like skill-based matchmaking or login rewards lead to longer playtimes and more logins, they'd technically be correct. Which is the problem. Psychologically engineered methods to keep people playing to squeeze the live service juice out of a game for as long as possible has taken priority over pure fun, original ideas, or innovative mechanics. XQC argues that Battlefield needs these gimmicks to stay alive.
It needs these things to make it successful. That's crazy.
I argue that it's okay for a player base to move on and for a new game to come out. We are not the same.
We are not the same. I'm okay playing a game, putting, if that's 10 hours, 40 hours, 100 hours, 200 hours in a game, and dropping it and moving on.
Oh, this I don't like. You should not be able to use...
We are not the same.
Oh, this I don't like. You should not be able to use 2 primaries in a game like this.
Now, Shroud is in a completely different... He's in a completely different ballpark, right? And I'm not making fun of Shroud. Shroud is taking this from a completely different outlook, okay? Shroud is a pro gamer. He's different than Tim. He's different than the other guys that are out there that are making content by playing video games that happen to be good at it. Shroud is on the next level. Shroud played competitive gaming since he was in his teenage years, and now I'm assuming he's like late 20s, right? Maybe 30 years old, okay? And this man is a robot. Actually, he's probably mid-20s still, okay? I'm trying to remember. I think he retired from gaming at like 23, 24, if I'm not mistaken, okay? Because he's been streaming for like 4 or 5 years after he left Cloud, right? So his analytical mind of what a game is, okay, is completely different than everybody else's. And I'll go back to movies. I worked in the movie industry, so when I look at a movie, I see things differently. He worked in the competitive gaming space, so he looks at games completely different than you and I, okay? So let me back up here and see what he thinks was happening here.
Don't like. You should not be able to use 2 primaries in a game like this. You can position yourself to have the perfect weapon in every single scenario, which kind of sucks. It's limited to shotguns, DMRs, and SMGs.
Now, the way he's talking, he posted his stats for Battlefield 6, okay, on Twitter the other day. My kill death ratio for Battlefield 6 in 45 matches, I think it was like a 1.4. I think it was 1.4, 1.8. Okay, that was me in 45 matches. What do you think Shroud's kill death ratio was? And he had double the matches of me. He had like 105 matches. Okay, what do you think his kill KD ratio was for Shroud when he played Battlefield 6? Chat. Anybody want to put a guess in the channel? I'll sit here for a little bit and wait for you guys to answer. All right, Dolphin says 4.0. I'm going to say Brain Eclipse says 3.0. Right? Let's get some more guesses in there. I'll let you guys know if you're right or wrong, or if you're close, hot, or cold. Okay? Right? Don't look it up. Just put your guesses in. Put your guesses in. Okay? Roadkill says 8.0. All right? This is the difference. This is the difference. Yeah, no, it's okay. You're not supposed to have a clue, Dolphin. You're not supposed to have a clue. This is why it's a guess. A guess. You take a guess. Okay? I wouldn't have guessed this either. Okay? I wouldn't have guessed this either. Okay? He's played double the amount of games as me. A little bit more, right? Because I had 45 or 48. He had 105, I think it was, on his stats. Okay? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I put it in. Hold on one second, because I think I sent it to somebody. Let me see if I can bring it up on the thing. Let's see. That is me. Yeah. This is Shroud. So let me bring this over here. Okay.
I guess that's better. I don't know.
This is Shroud's, what he posted. Okay. 114. This is Shroud's stats in Battlefield 6. 12.46 ratio. He had 5,000 kills. Okay. 5,000 kills in 114 matches. So when he says you shouldn't allow to have this in this game, he's thinking from a person like him saying, look, if you have this in the game, I'm gonna destroy people. This is not good, because the few will destroy the many. Okay? So there's that. Okay, let's go back to this now.
I don't know. The shotguns look broken.
Shroud never got on a pedestal about how Battlefield wasn't competitive enough, and he seemed to have fun overall, but I still included this clip because I think it gives us a good, candid glimpse into the mindset of a guy who streams mostly competitive games for a living.
I really don't like that. I need to see what it looks like from a live perspective when people...
See, he's talking about the tuck and roll. Do you see that? Do you see the process? I feel for him, okay? Because I think games are ruined for him. Personally, I look at him and like he loves games, but he looks at a completely different landscape, just like movies are ruined for me and television shows are ruined for me.
People do high drops. Oh, God, that... Ugh. Oh, Scope Clint? Really? We're doing Scope Clint?
Like with the...
Scope Clint's always been in the game, Shroud. It's always been in Battlefield, Scope Clint.
BR streamers or
If you don't want Scope Clint, go play Hell Let Loose.
You see,
he would destroy, I think, in Hell Let Loose. Well, actually, I don't know if he would destroy. He would definitely be good with lining up shots and getting off kills quicker. I think he still would destroy.
Context behind why a streamer has the preferences they do, it's important for counteracting any hive minds that start to pop up. And with these clips from Shroud in particular, I think his background in competitive gaming makes him more likely to criticize anything that offers a competitive disadvantage.
Right, 100%, because that's what he knows. That's what he breaks down.
Anything that tips the...
Who the hell is this guy, Shroud? Shroud used to be a competitive gamer, roadkill, and they call him the human aimbot. Okay, like if you want to see someone playing really good in a competitive game, go watch him. Like he does it casually now. Right, he plays a bunch of different games. He's a variety streamer now. But when he plays first-person shooter games, if you want to see some really good gameplay, this man is phenomenal acquiring targets and taking them out super fast.
Scale too far in one direction, no matter the reason. Sniper glint, giving away your position. Carrying a second primary, so assaults are more equipped to push the front line than any other class. A landing roll that gives you a delay before you can react to what's around you. He's not wrong, these things do have their disadvantages, and he's not demanding everyone else accept his personal criticisms like someone else in this video did. But my point is, making a game as fair and balanced.
Shroud is like a if you got like Tom Brady to talk about football. Shroud competitive gamer talking about video games. It's like the top of the top. He was the top of the top in the competitive space.
Balanced as possible for hyper competitiveness is just not what Battlefield is. If some sweat is hiding out in a building with a shotgun, putting one in my chest every time I walk in the door.
Hello.
You know what I should be able to do in a Battlefield game? Level the building. Or at least blow out the walls he's using as cover. Right. If some tryhard shows up on Battlefield wanting to slide cancel circles around a 40-year-old father of two, you know what?
This was happened to me the other day. Like, not in Call of Duty, but this is happening right here. This happened to me in Fortnite when I was playing with my son. This guy came at me from far distance. I will murder you from a far distance. Long to medium range, I got you, okay? But once you break that medium ground and get close to me, okay, this is what happens.
Shows up on Battlefield wanting to slide cancel circles around a 40-year-old father of two. You know what that tryhard's...
I'm dead. I'm in that target. I'm like, I'm dead. As soon as they break that, I'm like, I'm done.
Sees on Battlefield? The barrel of an M1 Abrams. Battlefield in a nutshell is either you getting blasted by some BS, you blasting your enemies with some BS,
That's right.
all while working with your squad and team to counter whatever the other team is throwing
That's
at
exactly
you.
right.
The
See, Kinger gets it, right? Get killed by some BS, kill someone for some BS, and just work as a team together.
balance comes in from the classes and vehicles, which is why I still think weapons should be class locked. When it retains its identity, Battlefield is absolutely not balanced in every encounter, and that's by design. Sometimes you're going to turn the corner and see 17 sniper glints like you're
That's how it was playing.
at a concert. Bring in the tank. Sometimes the building you're in is gonna collapse on your head and you have no clue why. No worries, a squad mate will get you back on your feet, as long as it's not XQC. Like with the Battle Royale argument, I don't think you can mix the fundamentals of Battlefield Sandbox with the ultra-focused balance that competitive play needs and be able to make everyone happy. So just stick to what Battlefield is and don't worry about competitive play or arbitrary retention tactics, or just don't make a Battlefield game. Make something else. It's that simple.
And EA could have made another Battle Royale game. They could have made a separate game completely from Battlefield and made a game. But they didn't. Why? Because the Battlefield name is a much bigger selling point than making a brand new game. Even though Apex Legends is one of the bigger games out there and still doing very well as a Battle Royale, they're like, no, we need the military one because we need to go against Call of Duty.
It's too early to tell if Battlefield 6 will be great, just a return to form but not exemplary, or bad, but just remember, if Battlefield takes too many notes from big streamers who need gaming to cater to their stream views, their attention spans, or their preference for competitive play, this game will be doomed to toss aside the best of the series it's in.
You know, a little bit of me kind of wants that to happen, right? I kind of want the game to fail. Right, hear me out here. I want it to fail so the companies look at this and say, we should just make a game and sell a game instead of asking everybody else what kind of game they want, right? Like, we know what Battlefield is. It's been out for 23 years. And yet they keep trying, the last 3 Battlefields, they try to make everyone happy and everything instead of just making a Battlefield game.
To become something unrecognizable, like our boy.
Right? Battlefield 5 tried to make the guy's daughter, who was 7 years old. Why can't I be in the game, Dad? Why can't I be on the front lines? You can just pick up the controller and play, right? So they made that. They made that for the little girl, right? They made the next one for nobody, right? They made it for absolutely nobody. They were chasing the trend of hero shooters and whatnot, and now here we are. It's disguised as Battlefield, right? Everyone thinks it's Battlefield, but that's the Trojan horse that gets you in.
Call of Duty did. Rest in peace. The execution of several Battlefield games over the years has been inexcusable, don't get me wrong, but the core of the series still stands. Just look at the beta numbers. People are still interested in a good, new Battlefield game that actually feels like a Battlefield game. These aren't stream numbers you're looking at, these are player numbers.
Right.
People who actually put their hands on the game. Battlefield 6 can have what it takes to put the series back on track, just let it be Battlefield. If you want to see my take on EA's strategy to win back the trust they lost for the last few Battlefield games, click this video right here. Thank you members and patrons, and as always, thanks for watching. Carry on, you kings.
There you go. Check out Kingard's video. It's got over 1 million views, man. 1 million views. Just over 1 million. Just over 1 million views. Congratulations. That's a good video. Good. Look, his videos have always been good. Hopefully now a lot more people will start watching and knowing who Kingard is, because his content and editing style is fantastic. So check out that one. Links in the description down below. We're going to be moving right along. We're going to be watching Darth Microtransaction talk about Path of Exile 2. On the 29th, they have an update coming out, and there's major changes coming in. So instead of me going to watch the hour-long video, we're going to watch Darth Microtransaction talk about the top 10 major changes that you need to know that it's coming into Path of Exile. All right, so let's get started with that.
It's new maps, rewards, and what have Number 1, Act 4, as well as interlude acts, meaning you are not going to have to play through the Cruel campaign again. You're not.
Ta-da! No, I haven't been through the campaign myself yet, but it's nice to know that you don't have to play through it again just to get to this character.
Going to have to play through that Act 3 twice, and you're going to have an all-new boss experience, new maps, rewards, and what have you. So if you are someone who enjoys the campaign will be better. Number 2, sprinting. If you're someone who did not enjoy the movements.
It's funny. Sarge and me, or Sarge and I, played this weekend when he was here, and the first thing he asked is there sprinting? I said, oh, it's funny you asked that. I said, that's coming in the 29th expansion, or update.
Speed. This is a very common talking point in Path of Exile 2. They have added a form of sprinting, allowing you to move across both the campaign and maps quicker. Keep in mind, it is a bit balanced by if you get hit while you're sprinting, you can get knocked out of it and fall over. So be careful.
Oh, that's a good mechanic. I like that mechanic. So you're sprinting away, but if they catch you and hit you, you trip and you fall, and then it's a disadvantage for you. I actually like that. That's cool.
With that in hardcore, the clips will be funny of people dying to this. Number 3, support gym changes and build diversity. They have now made support gyms be able to be used multiple times across multiple abilities. This will effectively allow you to be able to do wider builds.
That's nice as well. That's actually a really nice upgrade there as well.
Should open up the possibilities, and hopefully we're not just getting 56% of people are playing the same lightning spear build. This also includes new skill gems as well, so there's actually just new abilities straight up coming to the game in a variety of different weapon types, like Mace's got some, Bow's got some, etc., etc., etc. So number 3 for me is pretty obviously just build diversity in and of itself is a pretty major change. Number 4, it's the first full league. So you're getting Rise of the Abysso is the name of this league, and this one actually has a full-on league mechanic. The league.
So I have a question. I'm a Path of Exile noob. Okay, when I read this and it says creatures from the depth rise above to the abyss, solo, self-found, and then hardcore. Can you not play the league with a group of people? It's only solo. It's only solo. Like you can't team up and do co-op in the league stuff, right? You can only, or am I wrong by that? Can you team up in the league, or am I reading that wrong? Again, asking.
So is the name of this league, and this one actually has a full-on.
Yes, you can. You can uncheck that option. Okay.
League mechanic. The league mechanic is there's abyss monsters that sort of come out of the ground and you fight like they're showing here, and then you can get rewards associated with them. We'll talk about what rewards are just in a second. It looks like there's actually a pinnacle boss that they haven't showed as well that is tied to this.
SSF just means self-found. SSF is also a feature that makes characters to be unable to interact with other characters. Gotcha.
So we get our first new league mechanic in the game. And also, by the way, those little skinny dudes with all the arrows in them, those little guys there, I voiced those mottos. So reason number 4 is also...
Oh, that's cool. So he's not a character. He voiced these characters, like this race, I guess, or...
The arrows in them, those little guys there. I voiced those mottos. So cool. Reason number 4 is also you can kill me in the game.
That's cool. See, that's completely different than putting him inside the game and paying him. You know what I'm saying? That's completely different. If they do a nod like, "Hey, would you like to voice one of the characters in the game?" Be like, "Yeah, that'd be cool."
Also has additional crafting materials you can get from this. They're now like unveiled mods, so there are rewards associated with this as well that are outside of just kill monsters in a circle. There's actually new unique rewards. There is an example of this here. You can actually get these and you can reveal these mods, and you get to pick like one of 3 different mods.
Okay. So you find something in the thing and then you pull one of those mods off of that thing.
For instance, and this will help you craft your items, and there's also going to be new mods as well. There's also new unique items associated with this league mechanic as well. Here's an example of one.
Here's the thing that I always talk about for Diablo, for Division, for any of that stuff. I hate the fact that every season, the new thing, I have to start a new character. I would always play in the standard, go through the just the campaign itself and play the game that way. I'm not a big start over every single time a new season starts. That's not who I am.
All right, number 5, in-game changes. There are additional maps coming to the game. So if you're sick of playing the same maps over and over again, you're going to be able to have additional maps now. There's also like events that will happen on the Atlas that have bosses, etc. associated with them. So here's one such example of that in one of the maps.
This is all endgame stuff, right? This is all... it'll take me forever to get to this point.
Around like this typhoon thing going on. You clear this like jewel that pops up, and then it makes it where you can actually go into the map, and you go into the map, and now here's a new boss associated with it. So there's actually some new events, bosses, etc., things to do on the Atlas map. One of the feedback points they've been receiving is the Atlas map is just a little bit dry and boring, so they're trying to add more things to spice it up in there. Number 6, new in-game chases in the form of lineage support. So there are actually like unique items that are actually support gems that are dropping in the game.
That's
and
nice.
These gems are more powerful support
That's nice.
gems that you can use on your skill gems. And for that reason, there are, I believe, 40 new lineage supports to try to acquire some of them.
Path of Exile's update is bigger than some games coming out. Do you understand that? Like, the stuff that they're putting inside of Path of Exile just for this Act 4 update is bigger than most games that come out on its own.
They're more chase than others, and to help mix up. So this kind of goes back to the build variety side of things as well. All right, 7's a smaller point, but they actually have swapped Arbiter to technically have an Uber version of the fight now. And I don't know if this is actually, just a tier 4 renamed or not, but they literally called it Uber Arbiter. So technically, it's the first Uber boss in Path of Exile 2. So if you're somebody that likes trying to, push towards a goal, there's technically the first Uber boss in the game. Though it could literally be the same mechanics. Won't really know because we didn't really hear about that until it actually launched.
If they didn't say anything, I would say it's the same.
Launches, but first Uber boss. Okay, number 8 for me is going to be just straight up the unarmed hollow palm build from the monk.
Oh, that's cool. That's what you're saying right now, Water. The monk has the monks can now do hand-to-hand combat.
Absolutely badass. You can now basically do this, Bruce Lee style of.
That's crazy. I have to say, I have a Huntress character right now. It's only like a level 12, and in the beginning, I was getting my ass kicked. And then I went to a range build with it, but now I've gone back to more like tanking up close with a spear and shield. And I'm liking the up close because I'm tanking. I'm tanking a lot of stuff now. So I got to go back. I made a monk, but he's only like level 5 right now. I didn't really like him, but this is insane because range guys, much easier. You can destroy bosses from a far away. But when you got to get up close and stuff to them, that's like next level.
Combat here, this looks really fun. You don't just have to play it in Monk, by the way. It's actually notable in the tree that you can do with anybody, but they have Thunder Fist and they have new uniques coming to the game.
So you can do this with everybody.
This is one of these, and sort of an unarmed build is looking to
make a sorceress. Sorceress, unarmed, just fists.
Be very popular. But there are as you can see, there are other unique items being added to the game as well outside of just the Thunder Fist. All right, number 9, crafting. This is actually kind of a big one. The reason being is that crafting in the game, arguably, people say it sort of exists, but it doesn't really exist that much in the game. Now, they've kind of reworked a lot of it. I'm not going to go over all of the changes, but basically crafting has some mega additions coming in 0.3, the Abysso League. They actually have changed the way essences work just in general. They've added new crafting currencies. You now have like perfect and flawless versions, flawless and like perfect versions of exalts and transmutes and all augments and all of these other all these other currencies. You have sanctifying divines, which allow you to actually be able to modify. It's an omen called Sanctify. It makes your divines be able to roll an item between 20% worse and 20% better than what its modifiers on it actually are. So there is a higher end to crafting. There's new additions. We talked about the Unveil, etc. They're reworking essences. There's just a significant amount of crafting additions coming to the game.
So you could actually craft your weapons, like actual craft your weapons? Or craft a weapon and then add stuff that you want to add to it. Would that really be considered crafting? I guess it would be, but like adding stuff? Or can you make a weapon?
This one actually probably deserves like its own video and talking point, but this is just one point in the video here, and we're just going to keep it moving, but there's a pretty large amount of additions to this. And number 10, the new trade system that is coming to the game. So they are calling it asynchronous trade, which basically means you can set up a shop and people can go to the shop, whether you're online, offline, or they're online, offline, etc. They can go and they can trade and they can buy items.
That's cool. So if I could build it, oh, okay. So this makes sense. So I always wanted to know, like, what's the purpose of having a home in the game, right? A house. You're like, who cares, right? Obviously, if you play with co-op people, they can come to your land and see your house. And this is why they sell the house and the theme, the thematic stuff. But now you can set up a shop, and if you're offline, people can go to your island and see what you have, which is an advertisement of, oh my God, this is really cool looking. Maybe I'll buy this one type of thing. And they can also buy your stuff from you when you're offline, which is cool because now the stuff that you have, instead of just selling it to the vendor, you might be able to find something and then sell it online to anybody else that's playing the game. That's pretty cool.
From the shop, or you can go and buy items from other people's shops that are set up, and you can just pick.
Waterbear says you can add modifiers to the, that boost it, but you can also actually craft the weapon. I don't believe it's unless it's added in the in this update. Argus says, Sarge, you can also changing how the support gems work, so your slot into your skills. You're also able to use them, the same support gem, on multiple abilities now, so it's less for you to try out. Okay, so if I have that one gem, I can take that and put it on this one, and then I can put it on this one, so I don't have to worry about getting like 15 different gems. Is that what the way he described it? I didn't really pay attention to that. It's pretty much putting in a fix of your weapon, but it used to be random. I think they're also changing that now, which is awesome. Okay.
Up the currency at the end of it. This will help you no longer be aggravated by people that won't respond, by people that are scamming.
Hold on one second. Let me go back to endgame, new lineage, new boss, league mechanic, major support change. Okay, let me go back to this real fast.
Number 3, support gem changes and build diversity. They have now made support gems be able to be used multiple times across
Okay, he grabbed that one.
Multiple abilities. This will.
Okay, but he's using 2 separate ones. It wasn't like one gem can be put into different things. I got it. I understand that. Okay.
Effectively allow you. One point in the video here, and we're just going to keep it moving, but there's a pretty large amount of additions to this. And number 10, the new trade system that is coming to the game. So they are calling it asynchronous trade, which basically means you can set up a shop and people can go to the shop, whether you're online, offline, or they're online, offline, etc. They can go and they can trade and they can buy items from the shop, or you can go and buy items from other people's shops that are set up, and you can just pick up the currency at the end of it. This will help you no longer be aggravated by people that won't respond, by people that are scamming.
That is huge. That is a huge, awesome quality of life change. Fantastic.
Etc. So you can just full on there. It's not really an auction house, but it is individual shops. And this is, you can see there, it tells you when somebody is, purchased your item, etc. You can just go to the website, click, I want to buy the item, it'll take it right to there, and actually locks the item so they can't like take it out and try to, change the price or anything like that. Like when you click buy it, it locks it, you go to it, and the first person actually gets to the hideout. Funny part about this is they say if 2 people click at the same time, the first person that gets there is the one that actually ends up able to purchase the item. So you are a bit of a race if you see somebody put something, underpriced. But this is going to fix a lot of annoying shit dealing with.
That's cool. That's a big win.
The trade and open up the ability to like sell stuff a lot more efficiently as well. There's your.
What's this thing?
Okay, we just got some big news that they said was not going to be ready for the launch, but it looks like they pushed and got it ready for 0.3. Now let's just watch this real quick, then we'll talk about it.
During the third edict content reveal, we announced the new asynchronous trade system that allows you to purchase.
This is about the store.
purchase items instantly from other players, even when they're offline. But one feature we didn't quite have ready in time for the reveal is the in-game market browser. Well, it's ready, and we know a lot of players have been looking forward to this one. Open the browser by clicking here. Search for the item you're looking for, then click the purchase button to be immediately teleported.
So you don't have to go to the website. You don't have to go to the website now. You could just go everything inside the game itself. That's why you're going to the people's houses.
Teleported to that player's hideout, where you can purchase the item from their shop.
I'll get it here quick smart.
They don't even need to be online. Almost all the functionality of the website is available here. You can search using many different filters, sort everything how you want, and buy it instantly. Happy trading!
Okay, so this is massive for multiple reasons. First of all, and the obvious one is console players, all right? These people would have to use a phone or a computer, even though they're on like an Xbox or a PlayStation or something, in order to be able to actually engage and trade. And even though we now have the automated shop system where you can immediately go there, you still have to use the website to be able to go there and do that. So now you no longer have to go outside of the game itself to actually...
It's something so simple, right? So simple, and yet like so amazing. You know what I mean? So simple and yet so amazing, because now you don't have to actually leave the game. One of the worst things on anything when you're playing a game on the console and you want to purchase something, it takes you out to the fucking Edge browser or whatever. I fucking hate that. If now you just go directly inside the game, you never leave the game, you stay in the game, you purchase the stuff, and you keep going. It doesn't break the immersion. It doesn't just suck you out of the game.
Actually trade, which means we should see more people actually choosing to engage in trade. And speaking of more people, on the 29th, they're doing a free weekend for the launch of 0.3, in which we're going to get a lot of influx of newer players. And part of the issue with ARPGs can be the complexity and knowledge that you need, as well as exterior tools in order to be able to actually play some of these ARPGs. Typically, people have to go up, like, look up a build guide, or like, guides and explanations and things like that. But having more tools in the game itself, as opposed,
it's so simplistic. So again, it's like, the remote control. It's the most convenient thing ever, right? It's so simplistic. You just use your thumb. You can press all the buttons. It gets you around all your right. It's the most simple, basic form, and everyone needs it, because you can't change the channel on your television set if you don't have one. You know what I mean?
Opposed to having to go outside of the game to actually use it is hugely important for the success of people getting into these games that don't have prior experience. And also, if you haven't seen it in regards to trade, there's going to be some items that are absolutely hilariously expensive that you might have missed from the actual release trailer. As an example, there are lineage supports coming to the game, which are like a unique, a legendary type of support that you can own.
What are the well, the market's the market, right? People can ask what they want to ask for. I mean, there's sometimes people ask for the max currency in Fallout 76 when they're selling certain things for like events. They sell them for like egregious prices.
Have one of, and some of these are actually completely nutty. So if you look at this one here, hits with supported skills treat enemy monster elemental resistance values as inverted. So let's just say a monster has 75% resistance. It effectively means it's stopping 3/4 of your damage before we talk about things like exposure or curses. Just 3/4 of your damage, and you're doing 25% if you're doing elemental damage to it. But inverted means it actually has negative 75% resistance, which means not only are you hitting for all of what your base damage would have been, you're actually getting a multiplier on top of that. So for this one, for instance, it's 7x. If you're hitting for 1,000 damage on 75% resistances, you're hitting for 250. But now if you have this one and it's inverted, that 1,000 damage you would have hit is actually 1,750, which is 7 times the 250 you would have had. Basically 600% more damage from one support gem itself. So you're going to want to be trading, selling your items, etc., building up currency, because we're going to have some items in the game that are extremely expensive, but also kind of like build defining your...
Well, Sarge, because I brought it up on Thursday, right? I brought it up on Thursday. That's why.
Power defining, and this is one such example. Another example here would be exceptional base.
So you might have not paid attention, but you're subliminally, you took it into your head and were like, oh, maybe I should play Path of Exile.
items. So now items can row either with quality that is higher than 20% and drop as a base, or you can actually get an additional socket. And these bases are going to be like expensive items, particularly in the quality.
Aku says, another month and yet more games not made and not selling.
Percentage, like an example of here, of weapons, because quality is going to determine basically what your base damage is. In this example, it's like the base physical damage here, and all of the modifiers on that basically compound it. So because of that, quality is hyper valuable on items, and these bases are going to be worth a lot of money. So if you actually get one of these, this is another one of these extremely valuable types of items to use in trade. It also just the concept of bases, maybe not with Exceptional with this one, but the concept of buying bases to craft on is something that will be a little bit easier with now the trade system. So picking up what...
Wait a minute. What? Oh, when he says bases, he's talking about base weapons is what he's saying. I was confused there for a second. I was like, buying bases? He's saying buy a base weapon and then putting the stuff on it.
Bases to craft on is something that will be a little bit easier with now the trade system. So picking up white bases might actually be more valuable for you to sell them in trade, because previously you'd have to go and individually purchase each base from somebody and hope they actually are willing to trade just a white base for you in case you're trying to like chance orb or actually craft on it. But now you can actually, very quickly buy these bases, these white bases to craft on through the trade market itself, or with the Recombinator.
I have a question for you guys, because we talked about it yesterday with Division 2, right? Division 2 has some of the best, like, farming mechanisms in any game, right, ever. Like, you need a backpack, you need an SMG, you need an LMG. You're like, you put that filter in, boom, it knows where to go. You go play and you go fight that area. Does Path of Exile do that? Like, if I'm looking for a bow, or if I'm looking for a helmet, or I'm looking for some sort of thing, does it give me where to go farm that? Or what boss to go to? Does it have something like that inside the game?
For instance, in which you can recombinate one stats with the other. You can find bases that have good stats and try to slam them together with the Recombinator. So there's actually a lot of things that having the in-game marketplace and in-game functionality to be able to search for it and very quickly and like automatically go and acquire these are going to help for the average users like crafting. I'm really glad they're starting to add things in-game that help or explain what to do. I think there's another example of this one here that, for instance, when we're talking about trading, like you're going to be trying to trade for something called an Undying Hate, which is a timeless jewel. And if you don't know how this works, effectively you grab this item and you drop it into the passive tree, and it actually changes.
Yeah, anything that Diablo did this as well. Anything in this like vicinity, it gets like buffed.
What the passive nodes do around here, the notables, etc. But you see how it says, defilement of 30,000, 9 souls there in tribute? Every different number one of this actually fundamentally changes where the placement of what these notables turn into is. It sounds confusing because it is. So
it sounds confusing because it is. Yeah, that's what it is. And Aku, sorry about I didn't highlight that earlier. I read it, but I didn't put it up there. Thank you very much for the 31-month support. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Things like this are a good example of something that as new players are acquired the game, as the game gets bigger and as they add depth to it, I really hope they continue to add like transparent UI related things that actually explain how this works. Like
I have to admit, right? When I played Albion Online, their skill tree when they first came out was very daunting, very, very, like what the fuck's going on. Other games have done this. This is another game, like Diablo's is like that. This game's also like that. The skill tree, I look at this and I'm like, the fuck am I looking at? Right? Like, it's very daunting, and it looks very confusing.
Having a button maybe before you purchase this, the previews to show you, okay, what are the actual notables that this changes? Here's an example. So not all of these jewels that have the same name are going to add this same notable to this same position. So this is just another good example of things in the game that I hope they start to add explanations in the game itself. I love when they add, continued more complexity and more layers of things to do. I think that's fundamentally a good thing, to have depth and complexity to a game, as long as it is something that people can actually understand. For instance, in this example of this jewel we're talking about here, the only way you really figure this out is you either own the damn thing, or there's a third-party website for how this jewel exists in PoE1, in which you have to go and actually calculate it out. And even with the third-party website with the tool, it's still...
You shouldn't have to do that. If I shouldn't have to go to, Path of Exile Wikipedia to look up shit, right? It should tell me how to do stuff inside the game itself.
Kind of a pain in the ass. So this is just a good example of this philosophy. Overall, this is a massively beneficial change to literally everybody. So now you can just very easily be able to do everything in game, and I absolutely love that. Anyway.
So there you go. Those are 2 videos that we watched from Darth Microtransaction. Check his channel out if you're a Path of Exile guy. You probably know who he is because he's been doing ARPGs for a really long time. Like I said, we found him 4 or 5 years ago when we were playing Marvel Future Revolution, because he was a big mobile phone guy. Mobile. He used to spend a shit ton of money with the mobile apps and stuff like that, and show you what the top tier players used to play. And that's where we found him when we played Marvel Future Revolution. All right, going from that, talk about mobile games. Okay. We're talking about Bellier News, okay? He's got a video here called Gamers Are Dying Out, okay? Gamers are dying out. If you guys like what I do, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. We just have conversations, have over news stories, watch videos, give you my thoughts and opinions on these videos. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's watch him. Here we go. All the links of all the videos that we're watching are in the description down below of the channels, so make sure you go check them out, give them thumbs up. Subscribe to their channels.
Sometimes things feel different, but you can't quite put your finger on why. Sometimes things feel different, but you can't quite put your finger on why. Well, today you're going to find out why, because gaming has changed. We've got new data that suggests
mobile gaming is king. The prominence of mobile among younger players probably won't be a huge surprise to anyone reading this. 93% of Gen Alpha prefer playing on mobile, according to IGN segment study. Where have I heard this before? Where are the people that were in chat months ago, years ago, telling me that nobody's playing games on mobile phones, right? Where are those people where I said that Xbox is going for that market because that's a huge untapped market that no one's going for from the console perspective, okay? There's people going for it. This is why Microsoft picked up, King's, mobile phone gaming and stuff like that, like Candy Crush. Okay, this is why they put Call of Duty and stuff on mobile devices. This is why Genshin Impact is on mobile devices, right?
93% of kids prefer playing games on phones. Not PC, not console, phones. So remember your boy Wyatt Cheng? Don't you guys have phones?
Yeah, don't you guys have phones?
Oh dear, turns out he was a little bit prescient. But here's another aspect to it. It's how these kids engage with games. Here's a quote.
Right? For me and you, the ancient guys, okay, and gals out there that are in your 30s and 40s and above, we're like dinosaurs. You're like, I'm not playing on a mobile phone. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that. This weekend, my son wanted to play Disney Speedstorm, and I played it on my cell phone with a backbone attached to it, not through Xbox, not through anything, like literally a separate app, and played it with him. And we played local co-op, and we were playing, right? Like, that is the future. The future is these kids play games on iPads, these kids play games on phones, on iPods, on tablets, on television sets, on screen. They don't need consoles. Hence why our conversation always goes back, okay, always goes back to why Xbox and Microsoft did what they did by putting it on Game Pass and putting Game Pass everywhere. And everyone's like, well, Xbox is dead. They're not selling consoles anymore. They don't care, because here it is. Here's the future.
They no longer identify as gamers. They identify as players of a specific game. So it's not that games are a medium that they like, it's that they play Roblox or they play Fortnite. So direction.
Did he just say they don't identify as gamers? Loyalty has changed. Millennials and Gen X tend to loyal to platforms or genres. Now the younger generation tend to more loyal to specific experiences. They no longer identify as gamers. They identify as players of specific game. Right, so instead of saying, I'm a gamer, I'm a Helldivers player, I'm a Marvel Rivals player, I'm a Fortnite player.
They identify as players of a specific game. So it's not that games are a medium that they like, it's that they play Roblox or they play Fortnite. So
right. You're a gamer? Yeah, I play Fortnite. Yeah, I play Roblox. I play Minecraft.
So directionally, based on the real trends that we're seeing, the future of gaming looks like it's people who are fans of one game that probably play it on a phone, which is
right, which they probably play on a phone. You're probably not wrong there.
It's a bit weird. I don't like it, and it raises.
I don't like it either. But then again, I'm also not playing those specific games on a phone, right? Eric says, I have a phone, but it's not for Diablo. Okay? All right? But everybody else that has a phone is like, I don't use it for phone calls. I don't use it for emails. I use it just to play games.
This is a big question. What does it mean for people who prefer what I'll just call traditional gaming experiences? Maybe people like you and me. Okay, so in our last video, we looked at gaming's past and compared it to now, and we talked about the 1983 game crash that leveled the American games industry.
Real quick, Roic says the Xbox is just their way to get into their ecosystem, and now with it everywhere, it doesn't matter for them if you buy an Xbox or not. Correct, which I've been saying for a really long time, Roic.
It set so many standards for where we are now, but there is a side effect that we didn't talk about, and it's one that's key to gaming's future. You see, when games resurged in America post-1980s game crash, they were sold as toys for children.
Yep.
And that decided the marketing for like the next...
Now, I love that, because that's what they were, right? They were sold as toys to children, but then those children grew up. And then those grown-ups now have jobs and families, and they're still playing video games. And those people, which is me, some of them talk about how this is a luxury thing, which is just funny to me because it's a toy, right? Gaming is a toy. It's a virtual toy. Where is my Transformers, is that luxury? No, it's a toy that I play with, right? My video games is a toy I play with. But because now I've grown up, now I don't want to sound like I'm a child. So I have to say that this is a expensive hobby. But no, it really is still just a toy, right? It's a toy. It's a really expensive toy. Is if I buy that $700 Transformer robot that moves and talks and transforms and rolls out of Optimus Prime or Megatron, yeah, that's a $700 toy. It's a toy.
40 years. The medium literally grew up alongside its audience. You had Rob the Robot marketed to young boys. Then came G4, Tony Hawk, Call of Duty for the cool teenagers. I was a cool teenager, totally. No, I wasn't. Now, of course...
Say it ain't so.
What do we have? Well, we've got cinematic sad dad games, like the last...
Cinematic sad dad games? That's what that's labeled under? Jesus.
Last of Us. Yeah. It's grown up with us. I'd absolutely say gaming has always been for everyone. Anyone can pick up a game. A Nintendo game is an example. But the culture and the marketing, not so much. It has been targeted. And I want you to think about Battlefield 6 and how it just got revealed. Because they unironically played Limp Bizkit. Yeah, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, anybody realize that they played Limp Bizkit? They played Limp Bizkit during the Battlefield 6 trailer.
So, go take your medicine if you've remembered this track, and it does kind of show us something. The culture and marketing around the game industry hasn't changed with technology. They haven't changed with demographics. The kids of 2025, they will not be impressed by Limp Bizkit selling a game in the way that maybe the target audience of Battlefield 6 will feel nostalgic, especially one that needs a $600 console. And why would they be? They have thousands of experiences on their phones. Experiences that are, to them, just as entertaining. Or, should I say, to their brain chem.
Eric says, watching my nephews grow up, mind you, they're still in elementary school. I've been with them. They go from phone to tablet to console and now to PC for each of them. They both tell me about their Steam accounts. Right, but you got to remember, like when we were younger, we just had the consoles, right? And then slowly they had the handheld devices and stuff like that for the mobile games and stuff like. But now, like my kid had known iPad. He's 11. He just turned 11. Okay, he's been playing iPad and Minecraft on iPad since he was 3. Okay, 3 years old playing Minecraft, and now he's 11 playing Minecraft. Still, that's his choice, method of choice. He plays a crap ton of Xbox on console. He plays a little bit on the PC. Okay, but his main stake of playing games is on the iPad. Now, that's conditioned, right? He's been playing that thing now for what, 7 years, 8 years on the mobile device. So even if he switches now, let's say for the next 8 years, okay, that he's predominantly on console, he's still going to be playing mobile because that's what he's been conditioned to. So if they come out with a smaller screen or a different kind of device, they've already been conditioned. So your nephews, my son, all of them are more conditioned to playing stuff on smaller screens.
Chemistry and systems are just as engaging. Personally, I think there's something to be said for the depth of an experience. But basically, that's what they think games can and should be. And now we've got data, we've got stats to back it up. And, well, take your Vicodin, because this is kind of going to hurt. IGN's State of Gaming.
Take your Vicodin.
Report frames this as a generational shift, and it does go along with a lot of other data that we've seen. Essentially, Gen X and millennials think of gaming in terms of platform loyalty. That
loyalty has changed, all right, where your specific experience is no longer, yeah, okay.
You know, the 70s through to the 90s generations. So basically, most of the people watching this video, at least per the demographics I see on YouTube, we're no strangers to tribalism in gaming. That's why we, you know, have a console war or a PC master race. But distinctions between platforms are, of course, completely breaking.
Right, it's going to be different, right? We had a little bit, we would have the console wars, right? Now it'll be like, let's say, well, Call of Duty and Battlefield are a good example, right? You're going to have gaming battles of what franchise is better because all games are going to be on all platforms. So then you're going to have this thing of what game is better. Fortnite better than Roblox, Roblox better than Minecraft type of stuff. Even though they're not the exact same game, you're going to have groups of people that only played Minecraft or only played Battle Royales.
Down. We see that. I mean, the need for a platform is kind of disappearing. We see that in cross-platform games, but younger generations simply do not engage in the same way whatsoever. Here's some stats to make that make sense. 93% of under 13s prefer playing games on their phone. So that's the 2000s
under 13. Yeah, that's my son. He prefers to play on iPad.
To 2010s generation. The cooked generation. Only 15% prefer a core PC, which of course is very sad. And by PC, it's probably
he's just starting to get into laptops and stuff like that. Like he plays Fortnite a little bit on the PC, he plays Minecraft on PC.
A laptop. Even 32% of millennials now prefer playing on phones.
32%.
Laptop. Even 30.
But preference for mobile is actually growing for millennials too, with 32% calling it preferred device because it's convenient. It's there. It's in your hand. While you're surfing through TikTok, you're like, I'm bored. You flick on you flick the screen, you turn it on to a different game, and you start playing. It's instant gratification.
32% of millennials now prefer playing on phones. I have to wonder if it's because, well, the torment nexus that is called the world has cooked all of our brains to the point where that's really all that we can latch onto. You know, convenience. But for those numbers in the 80s and the 90s, well, that's what those people have grown up with. Now this graph...
Because we had nothing else, right? We had nothing else. Holy Christ, what is this? On a worldwide basis, Roblox averages 7.2 billion hours of direct platform engagement each month, while others twice that of Disney Plus and 43% of Netflix. This is another article I just made a video on. I haven't posted it yet for Nerding with 30, talking about how Disney is trying to get Gen Z to come back to watch movies and TV shows, and they don't know how to get them back because they just don't care. And this stat right here, well over twice of Disney Plus and 43% of Netflix. more people play Roblox and video games than they do watch television or go to the movies, right? So here's the thing. Roblox average monthly hours of engagement. Look at this. This is insane. So the green number is mobile. Okay. The gold is console. And then the desktop laptop is below that. Okay. So Roblox released in 2007. iPad releases in 2010. Okay. 4-year-olds at iPad release hits Roblox demo here in 2016. 1-year-old at iPad release hits Roblox demo 2019. Look at the difference. Look at that. That's insane. Okay? That's insane. Charles Hawk says, I have a 6 to 8-year-old and he prefers console. I had to buy another PlayStation to keep them out of my office. $4.99. Thank you much for the super chat.
From Matthew Ball's State of Gaming report does have
your 6-year-old and 8-year-old are part of that 15%.
To explain everything as well, let's look at Roblox as a case study, which of course does mean content warning. Get ready for some real goddamn sheer horror. Roblox has existed since 2007. That was the first full year of the Xbox 360, PS3, and the Wii. But it didn't take off properly until 2016. It didn't really explode until an audience fluid in tablets began playing. And then the pandemic kind of changed everything. Mobile play massively increased, but here's the key difference. Unlike the rest of the industry post-pandemic, Roblox kept growing. Yeah, so you know the way we talk about the games crash and all that stuff? Well, maybe that happened in some places. But Roblox, it's the one place where those trends actually held. And it's outperforming.
Not only did they hold, but they grew dramatically.
Everything.
You know, it's funny. My son has never played Roblox. Never played Roblox. But Roblox is so huge. He prefers Minecraft over Roblox. Okay? So the reason I say that is like the example of Charles just said that his 6 and 8-year-old prefer to play, on console. Right? Yet there's so many people playing Roblox. But my son's never touched Roblox. Right? He's watched someone play it and was like, yeah, I don't like it. He plays Minecraft.
This one's crazy. Grow a Garden has the highest concurrent user base ever of a game.
This is a mod made by a 16-year-old inside of Roblox. And this has got the most concurrent player base of anything ever. Ever. Not just for console, not for thing, just in a game, ever. Just like Grand Theft Auto is the biggest piece of entertainment ever, this is the most concurrent player base ever.
With 21.3 million players. It was
22 million players.
It was made by a 16-year-old in 3 days.
Holy Christ. A 16-year-old in 3 days made this.
So, compare your multi-hundred staff AAA studio to a 16-year-old in 3 days and feel sad. And that might sound alarming.
Holy Christ, dude. That is insane. I gotta tell my son to start making things inside of Fortnite or Minecraft. For holy Christ.
It is alarming. Is this where gaming's going? I mean, we're already seeing Sega and Starbreeze.
Roblox launches new licensing platform for experience. We are launching with the prominent IPs from Lionsgate, Netflix, Sega, Kadasha. Also be announced in the coming months.
Licensing official games in Roblox. Like a Dragon, Payday, those are in Roblox. You could think the industry will coalesce into platform-agnostic mega games, that kids will grow up with them as basically second homes.
Right.
And that those will wipe out everything else. And I get the fear.
And this is what a lot of companies are going for, right? Minecraft, Fortnite, Roblox, Meta, they're all trying to make the meta, right? Not the company Meta, but Meta is trying to make the meta. They're all trying to get in the one-stop shop. Fortnite's trying to get you, if you want to play Battle Royale, play Battle Royale. You want to play Save the World, Save the World. You want to play Legos, you want to play Disney, you want to play Rock Band, you want to play car racing. They're trying to keep you inside that thing. Roblox, same thing. If it's not there, maybe someone will build it inside the game itself, right? I want a farm sim. Well, you can do a farm sim inside Roblox. Minecraft, my son wants to do some parkour stuff that he just downloaded with Minecraft, so now he's making a parkour course. Instead of going out and trying to find a parkour game, Someone made a parkour game with inside of Minecraft itself. So why would he go out and try to find another game when that game's already inside the game that he likes?
And I know why the fear-mongering can work. And there are some things to be afraid of, but the thing is, that's already how the games industry works. And I'd say we're already feeling some of the downsides. So what if I told you that Call of Duty and Counter-Strike are basically just Roblox, but for boomers?
Right, and that's what's happening with Call of Duty, and that's what's happening with Battlefield, right? They're trying to keep you inside that platform.
I don't know why I'm saying Call of Duty and boomers. Let's say Counter-Strike. Yeah, CS is boomer Roblox. Now, it literally isn't in many ways, but what it is a mono game. Because for many of those people, that may as well be the only game that they play. On our other channel, I cover a lot of World of Warcraft because it unfortunately got its claws into me when I was young, and now I can't escape. And to many people, World of Warcraft is basically the only game they need, the only thing they play. Now,
there's a lot of people that only play World of Warcraft. There's a lot of people that only play Call of Duty or Madden football, you know?
Every month, we get a new report from Circana, right? This is their engagement report. And every month, what do we see? We see the same 10 games report the highest player counts, console and PC space. Now, sometimes
That's been like that for years, Eric. No one's talked about it. That's one of the reasons my son doesn't play Roadblocks. I wouldn't let him. So Roadblocks, when I saw it 7 years ago, I was like, nah, I'm good.
Cool indie like Peak will punch through, especially in PC. And looking at Matthew Ball's work, he has found the same pattern since 2021, where on PC, 5 games make up 30% of...
Altogether, the same 5 franchises on PC franchise, which are 6 to 22-year-olds, have an average of 30% of playtime of over 48 months straight. Holy Christ. 20,000 plus other games combined are for that part. The next 5 are this 50%. And the big 5, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Minecraft make up everything else.
Total playtime. Those games are COD, Counter-Strike, Fortnite, League, and Minecraft. The top 10 games, those eat up 50% of playtime on average. What that essentially means is massive concentration. But on consoles, things are even more concentrated. It takes just the top 5 games to hit 50% of total playtime. Those are COD, FIFA/EAFC, Fortnite, GTA, and NBA 2K. The top 10 reach 60% of playtime.
10 games, 60% of the market.
So where does everyone else live? The answer is in the margins, 6.5%. What is that number? This will shock you. That is the total playtime for newly released games in 2023.
Wow. Okay, so shared time spent playing PC and PlayStation, Xbox games in 2023. Annual update games first released before 2019. Okay, this was 15%. Always online games and service titles released before 2019. Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto 5, that was 60% of the market. Game released on 2019, 20, and 21, Apex Legends and Valorant takes 16%. Games released in 2022, Elden Ring, God of War, and Ragnarok is this little sliver here. And then this piece of the pie, 6.5%. Game releases in 2023, annually releasing titles, but include irregular release sequels such as Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake. So Diablo 4, 1.4, Hogwarts, 0.8, and that sold 35 million copies, by the way. Baldur's Gate sold really well, 0.6, and Starfield, which sold, I think, 6 to 10 million copies, 0.3%. Everything else is 3.4%. That is insane.
And it was a good year. Just 4 games took half of that.
Right. 4 games in 2023 took half of the 6.5%.
6.5%, which were Baldur's Gate, Starfield, Diablo 4, and Hogwarts Legacy. There's strong games in there, yet only 6.5%. Why? Well, it's because only so many people are willing to play those new games. Because much like
they don't want to pay $70 for brand new games. And they already own Roadblocks, and they can just play that game for free, or a $3 microtransaction to get unlock that new game mode.
Kid who only plays Roblox, or maybe the teen who only plays Fortnite. For a lot of people, they only play COD, they only play EA, they only play CS. And Yuzu's 2025 report shows something that's also interesting. The number of people playing just 1 to 3 games per year has actually increased.
There you go. Players are becoming increasingly unreachable as annual engagement with 1 to 3 titles has risen since 2021. Right? I think, based on just the people that all of you guys that watch, are more older gamers that we grew up and we buy a lot of different games, right? We play a lot of different games. We have a bunch of backlogs and whatnot to play. Okay. The younger guys are getting the 1 to 2 games, 3 games, and they're sticking with it, right? Look at this. Share of annual number of titles played by players by platform. Okay, so here's Steam. 1 to 3 games, 22%, 29%, 39%, 34%. 4 to 5 games, 15%. 6 to 10 games is 21, 22% here on Steam. And 11 plus, okay, is 32%. PlayStation, 27, 32, 35, 31. Okay, so it's like almost a split here for people. You either pay 1 to 3 games or 33% pay 11 plus games, right? And I would assume that most of you guys in channel are like me. You're in that 22 to 33%, right? No matter where you are on what console you're on. Okay, if you're playing Steam, you're probably in that 21 to 32%. You're probably getting 6 to 10 games, 11 plus, right? And then very few are in that other 34% where they're getting 1 to 2 games, 1 to 3 games, I'm sorry.
Consistently over 4 years. That's across Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. And the times where people do play more games, those are just when AAAs have a bad year. And that is the closest correlation they've found. Of that 1 to 3 game group in Steam, the majority play Counter-Strike, 37%, or Dota, 10%. So even then, it's still very...
I find this interesting, that the 1 to 3 games purchasing-wise has gone up on Xbox because I would assume that they're playing more Game Pass, right? Right, because this has gone up. 1 to 3 games they purchase. 15 stayed the same. 24 to 23. And then 31 to 30. So this is, I don't know, this is the same over here. 31, less people buying games over here. Because they're buying less games here, here, and more games above 11.
Counter-Strike, 37%, or Dota, 10%. So even then, it's still very much a case of mega games. And what we see here is it's not just the kids. No, it's actually the way that multiple industries within the games industry have went. Most players have their game. They might try something else, but they very often don't, and the numbers back it up. Now think about kids playing games on their phones, or teens playing games on their phones. What does that mean for the next generation? What does that mean for people who, according to this research, do play a lot of games and are responsible for, well, at least in Roblox, one of the things that's holding up game industry growth, like literally pretty much the only thing.
That's crazy to think how much, look at Roblox, man, mobile, holy Christ.
That has continued the COVID trends that all the investor types hoped for. Well, those people don't think of themselves as gamers. So what does that mean for the next generation of games? You may have heard of the now departed investing legend Charlie Munger. One of his good lines is, "Show me the incentive and I'll show you the outcome." And what these reports show us is that the incentives are changing because the audiences are changing. Companies that need a larger audience will need to meet people where they are. We're seeing the game.
Which is why Xbox is not making consoles. They're like, hey, we're going to put our games on mobile phones and PCs and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. Wherever they are, we're going to go there because we'll make more money there. And everyone's making fun of them, but yet all the developers now are breaking their games and putting them on multiple platforms. Hell, we talked about it last week. American Truck Simulator, okay, and Euro Truck Simulator, who's been on the platform for 13 or 16 and 13 years, or 13 years and 10 years, that said they said themselves they would never go to console, and here they are. They're coming to console. Why is that? Because that's where the players are. Their clientele on PC is tapped out right now. Well, how do they get in hold of the other guys? Well, we got to put it on the other devices.
Games like Genshin and Infinity Nikki look like Ubisoft-style mega games, but they're launching across console, PC.
I'm not sure if I'm going to play that tonight. Argus, I don't know yet. I haven't purchased it yet.
phone. Where Winds Meet does the same. That is the new priority. And it's why PlayStation and Xbox both chase subscription models. Different approaches, but same goal. These audiences expect instant access to huge libraries of games, not individual purchases. And this trickles down into design decisions. Take a look at EA's releases this year. Battlefield and Skate are effectively franchise revivals. They are legacy games.
But they made them games of service now.
Games coming back for an aging audience who loved them, along with some Limp Bizkit to handle the marketing.
It's so bad. When I heard Limp Bizkit, and I liked Limp Bizkit back in the day, but I was like, come on.
But they're different. And honestly, in an exciting way, because they are both launching with user-generated content.
Yeah, both games. EA is putting generated content in both Skate and Battlefield 6.
Tools. Often I think of UGC and I think of some bizarre, skibbity situation with a lot of very vibrant colors that makes me feel old and confused happening in Roblox. Well, what does UGC mean for something like Battlefield? I'll tell you what it means. Extremely impressive shit, at least based on what we've seen from BF6 so far. So it could very much be that those dynamics work for the audiences of those games, and that if done right, those games could see growth in a similar-ish way. And there is some precedent as well. It's a little thing that we call the modding culture of PC gaming, right? Pretty big. Just that this time it's framed through
What is... Okay, so there's mods there, and I see the number below where it says 250, 50. Does anybody play Roblox? Is that the in-game currency you have to purchase, and you have to buy these things? So like $2.60, like stuff like that? Is that what that is?
Roblox's horrifically predatory ecosystem, one that uses kids to generate infinite revenue.
So the kids are making the content, and then they sell the content, so basically they have a child labor factory. Nice.
Yeah, moral issues very much exist. But goddamn, what a business model. Turns out just child labor, that's where it was at.
Child labor makes all the content for them, and they take a piece of the pie. It's the in-game currency. But is it like if it's $1.20, if it's 120, is that $1.20, or is it cents, or is it dollars? Is what I'm asking, Eric.
Time, child labor, parents' money, what could go wrong? Now, this demographic change opens audiences up to new sorts of experiences. These kids find new modes daily. They play new games daily within their...
Right. They're playing new games within the thing. Like my son wants to play the parkour thing, but inside Minecraft.
Roblox. Maybe to them, they have an incredibly diverse gaming library and are playing new things absolutely all of the time in a way that you or I...
No, that's not what I'm saying, Argus. I'm just asking what the conversion ratio is. That's all I'm asking, right? So if it says $1.20 of premium currency, right, like 120, is that $1.20 or is that 12 cents? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they fractions of things, or is it like the dollar amount? So if it says 60, is that 60 cents? According to Google, it's 1,210.15 Roblox for 1 US. Okay, so that makes sense then. So 120 of that premium currency is 12 cents, not $1.20. Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Maybe don't, because firing up a new indie game, learning a bunch of new systems and all of that legit just takes brain effort.
The reason I was asking, let me back up here for a second. Right? The reason I'm asking, when you look at this and I see like a head and it's like 50 cents or 95, I was like, this is a buck just for this. But this is really just 9 cents, 9.5 cents, where this is 17 cents, 17.5 cents instead of $1.75. That's what I was asking.
I mean, for a simple example, it's no wonder that systemic experience-driven games like Peak or Lethal Company take off and then get microtransaction-filled clones in Roblox together.
Yeah, and you see that? So Peak sold 10 million units, and it's a $7 game on Steam, okay? But people that are playing Roblox on console can't play Peak, because Peak is not a console game. It's only on PC. So someone then made Peak inside of Roblox, and they call it Cliff. Okay? And then it went and made 163,000 people visited this thing with inside the ecosystem of Roblox itself.
that parrot bunny. But certain games simply don't matter to this changing audience. Because so far in this video, we've not talked about linear single-player narrative games, which so far do seem to be limited to sad dad games. They just aren't in the equation here. Even though I'd wager those are the games that most people watching this channel care about quite a bit indeed. That might be a shocking thing, but it might be the best thing for the games that you love. Okay, think of this. The highest rated network broadcast.
Yeah, it's something that Roblox actually sounds like it's actually doing a actual microtransaction. Yeah, Roblox, the one that's filled with pedophiles and stuff like that, is actually only charging cents for their actual stuff inside their stores. Amazing.
2024 was Tracker. It got 11.34 million views. High Potential and Matlock Revival followed, all exceeded 15 million viewers. Massive successes. But the market is so big that you may not know about them. I literally did not know about any of those things until I came upon doing this video. Now, those shows massively outperformed Emmy-winning things like Shogun, The Bear, The Traders, Hacks, and all of those were outperformed by Squid Game and Netflix, which itself was outperformed by TikTok and social media. But it doesn't mean those experiences are being wiped out, and I think that's where we're getting to in games. When great games release, they aren't trying to appeal to everyone. They are absolutely maxing what they should be as a game for their people.
Like, I'm competing with everybody on every platform, right? I'm not just competing with someone that's on YouTube. I'm competing on everyone that's on YouTube, within the gaming space, within the vlogging space, within the travel space, which is in television shows for other networks of Netflix, right? Everyone's fighting for your time. If you give me 1 minute, 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, whatever, right? I'm watching, or you're watching me for that amount of time. Means that you're not watching this other show, or you're not playing this other game, right? So everything is in competition for everything else. Your time. Your time is the currency. And within that time, can you get that person to spend something within the time that they're here? Right? That's what all business is made for.
And if that is so good, it can expand its audience, then we see these games grow, and very often grow massively via viral network effect dynamics, like, say, with Lethal Company. And thinking of critical and public consensus, Expedition 33 is incredible. It is a top runner for Game of the Year. But if you look at top-selling games of the year and top engagement charts, you won't see Expedition 33. It is in there. 1 in 20 players on Steam or Xbox played Expedition 33 at launch, according to Circana. Slightly fewer in PlayStation. But what we've learned is the market may be
What, less people played Expedition 33 on PlayStation? What happened? I thought PlayStation people bought their games.
Expanding and changing, but even now, in an industry that rewards big games and entrenched audiences, those games can still be made. They can still be enjoyed, and that is what matters. And I think the biggest lesson of all of these is that execution matters and that focus matters. Expedition 33 is everything you would want with nothing that you would not want for a game like that. It is not a bloated, shambling mess.
No, it knows exactly what it is.
Saddled by having to find meaningful work for a production crew of 300 people. And funnily enough, that might mean that it's well executed and that there is strong focus. I think that is going to be the way forward for the sorts of games that many of us would be afraid we're going to stop seeing. Now, in this video, you've learned how the gaming market...
So there you go. There is that more people are playing, your kids, right? The younger generation is playing more on mobile phones than they are playing, and they're playing not just on mobile phones, but they're also playing the top 6 games, right? Or I should say the top 10 games. And most of those people are playing either Fortnite, Minecraft, or Roblox for the younger generation. Then the teens are playing, like a Call of Duty or Fortnite. Okay, that's crazy, absolutely crazy, and that's the way it's going, right? This is the way. The other article that we talked about the other day on GXG about Disney trying to figure out how to get the Gen Zers back in theaters, right? Because the marketing stuff that they're doing and the movies and the shows that they make for them, they don't care about. They don't care about because why? It's not that they don't care about it because they're not good or whatnot. They're not good compared to what they're watching, and they're watching stuff on YouTube. They're watching stuff on TikTok. They're watching stuff everywhere else, and they're like, why would I go over here and give you 2 hours of my time in a theater when I can watch 15 to 20 different TikTok videos in, I don't know, in 10 minutes, right? They're getting entertainment from that. Instant gratification, instantaneously. They don't have to sit in the theater for 30 minutes waiting for commercials to go by. Okay, they're just constantly, they don't know how to capture them. And really all they need to do is just make good stories. Because if good stories and the word gets out, then people would stop to watch I like to joke and say a 10-minute TikTok video, right? Because that would be 10 TikTok videos, you know what I mean? Because they're usually like a minute or under, right? So that's the way they should get them back. But so those are the 3 videos we watched today. We watched 4 videos, but we watched on Path of Exile. We watched Kingard's video on streamers don't know the identity of Battlefield, and then we watched Bellier News talking about gamers are dying out to mobile games because the younger generation is playing more games on the mobile devices than they are on the actual consoles themselves. Robert Jones says, I remember that Battlefield 3 mode in Roadblocks. That looked great. It was like BattleBit before BattleBit. Yeah, and BattleBit was a great game as well, right? But that's a standalone game, right? Just the Battlefield 3 mode in Roadblocks is a game that people could just play because they already had the game. Robert Jones says they don't have to think. They're just getting fed from the feed. That's it. That's it. That's actually a really good analogy, Jones, right? Cows don't have to think, right? I just go out and feed them, and they're like, okay, I'm just going to get fed, and I'm fattening them up. I'm fattening them up so I can put them out to the pasture and slaughter them. And then bring in the next group, right? That's it. You butter them up, right? You butter the consumers up. That way, you're more likely to spend microtransactions because if you like the stuff that you're playing, you're like, oh, you know what? I've been playing this game. It's the only game I play. It's the only game I play. I play only Roadblocks, right? So you're like, oh, I'll spend $50. I'll spend $50. I could go out and buy one game for $50, or I can give my $50 to Roadblocks, or my $50 to Minecraft, or my $50 to, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to keep you inside that ecosystem. I mean, I get it from a business standpoint, 100%. 100%. What Battlefield is doing, what EA is trying to do with Battlefield 6 makes 100% sense. Right? They want it to be a platform. They want you to come back. Not only are you playing just for, not only are you just playing for that, but you're also coming back for the microtransactions or the DLC that they bring or the season pass that they do. Here's a game I started playing again with my son, which I said earlier in the show, was Disney Speedstorm, which is a kart racing game. Okay? We always joke about kart racing games. And I've talked about this on stream like last year. It's a much superior game as a kart racer than Mario Kart, right? When you look at Mario Kart, I forget how many characters they have now in the new one, okay? But the amount of tracks that they have inside of Disney Speedstorm, now it's a free-to-play game. Free-to-play game. Now, here's the value, right? So you paid $80 for Mario Kart, and you have, I don't know how many characters. Let's say it's like 40 characters, right? 50 characters, whatever it is, okay? In Disney Speedstorm, there's 98 characters right now inside the game. Now, obviously, you can't unlock all those characters. They're not unlocked, okay? You have to unlock them by playing the game. But their courses that they have and the racetracks that they have in this game are far superior than what's happening in Mario Kart over the years, right? They have more courses and more things inside of this and events and different things, and they just keep giving it to you. They just keep giving you stuff because they want you to keep in the ecosystem because they're like, well, they already put 5 hours in. If they put 5 hours in, maybe they can put 10 hours in. So let's give them something to keep them in. Let's give that carrot, right? So you put 5 hours in. They're like, oh, you've unlocked a new racer. And you're like, oh, my God, I got a new racer. And then you start playing that new racer, and then you start to maybe potentially buy more things inside that game, right? So it just keeps going down the rabbit hole of the more you play, they're like, oh, we'll give them more stuff. Well, they didn't buy it yet. What do they like? Well, let's see if they like this one. And they drop that in the season pass or the battle pass or the daily thing or whatever it is. What's going on, Mr. Luke? And that's the way it works. If they can keep you in the ecosystem and they can keep you coming back without you leaving to go try a different game or do whatever, that's a better opportunity for them to get money from you. Luke, are we playing Hell Let Loose this afternoon? Or do you want to play something else? Is this inside of Fortnite or is this a game separate? Hold on, Epic Game Store. Oh, it's the Epic Game Store, okay. I thought they were adding a different game mode inside of... Right? Here's another thing, right? Just in my feed. SnowRunners. Next step, year 5, right? Year 5. They just... Why leave SnowRunners? Here's another thing. Here's another expansion, another download, another truck, another map, right? Come on back. Come on, keep playing, right? And it's worth it because if someone's just playing SnowRunners, they're like, oh, I'm kind of getting bored of that stuff. They're like, we got something else for you. Here it comes. All right. I'm going to end it there. It's 12:15. We're going to be playing games with Mr. Luke in about 30 minutes or so. I'm going to go eat lunch, and I'll be back online on 30 and Still Gaming. So if you guys want to come out, hang out with us for some video games, join me, Mr. Luke. Go check out Mr. Luke. He's got a YouTube channel and also a Twitch channel. Do you do both? I think you do both still. So go check that out as well. We'll be playing some Hell Let Loose. So I'll see you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to go above and beyond that. Become a member as little as $5. And I'll see you guys on the next one. We'll be back tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, for more gameplay. We might be playing Helldivers over on the Xbox. Not sure yet. We might play more Hell Let Loose. If I get my fix this afternoon, maybe I won't play this afternoon or this evening. But I'll see you guys either this afternoon in about a half hour, or I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. If I don't see you then, I'll see you tomorrow morning for the daily grind. Peace.
Lay them off and raise the price. Content tricked and player base. Roadmaps in a holding place and didn't start the fire. Focus group data spike. Lay them off and raise the price. Content tripped and player base. Roadmaps in a holding place. Engagement's down, monetize. Cut the team, optimize. Live service pivot now. Sell a hat to milk the cow. Da 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 da. Server crash, no big deal. Tweet it out with thank you field. Refund, no fits terms of use. Blame QA, cut them loose. Next gen price hike 40 skins. Bundle up, that's how we win. NFTs, crypto pitch. CEO gets stupid rich. We just restructuring. It was always burning through your hard-earned earning. We just restructuring. While the devs are crying, we just keep on buying. Core fans angry, broken patch. We value all your feedback. Transparency, that's a trick. Drop a vague apology quick. Season pass, reskin and gun. Crunch until the job is done. Micro pay for better stats. Pay to win, nah, don't call it that. Outsource code, delay the fix. Sell the beta, call it 6. Loot box odds and fine print ink. Layoffs up, our stock won't sink. We're just restructuring. We don't make the rules, just increase the tooling. We're just restructuring. Players keep on buying while the fun's been dying. Oh, we absolutely hear you. Your concerns are valid. Now please enjoy this limited times 1999 bug fix pack with exclusive emotes. Laugh track fades in. Annual sequel full of bugs. Fans report we pull the plugs. PR spin, brand new name. Same damn devs, same damn game. Early access still a wreck. We just cut to pay. We care deeply, wink, okay. Server life, cosmetic flair.